to Monolith Filmcast, the podcast where we discuss news, reviews, and this week,
boobs.
Boobs. In honor of International Women's History Month, the Monolith Filmcast is handing over the reins to us, fine women.
Ooh.
This week we are going to discuss coming-of-age films, the films that made us the women that we are today.
And we're great women.
We're great women.
Yeah.
And we're great women.
Awesome women.
I'm Callista.
I'm Katie.
I'm Mayumi.
And I'm Christina.
Before we dive into our main topic, we will recap last week's top 5. Isaac was a loser and got no votes.
No one cared about this list.
His list was boring.
Try harder next time.
So predictable. He just Googled Irish actors and else we got.
He Googled, what's Ireland?
And Jake won last week. The top
job,
5.
Jake.
Jake.
And Patrick got 1 vote, so really the only loser was Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Wait, he didn't get a single vote?
No. Not even Callista voted for
Not
him.
even
His
Callista.
own girlfriend.
I did not vote for him.
That is so tragic.
That's when you know you've lost bad.
And that's when you know that the voters are not biased. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
a true democracy.
All right. So we'll go ahead and dive into the news. The news and film for this week. Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan are teaming up to co-star and produce a sequel to 2007's I Am Legend.
I'm so excited
That'll
for
be
that.
interesting.
I
Oh my
love
gosh.
Michael B. Jordan.
I love both
Love
of
Michael B.
them.
Jordan.
Yeah.
I've never seen I Am Legend. I've
Oh my
always
God,
Me
what?
neither,
Because
but I love Michael B. Jordan.
What
About the
happens
dog.
like with the dog?
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
just like,
I'm not a fan
I love
of
that movie.
Will Smith, to
Really?
be honest.
yeah.
I find him a little cringy.
I
I
like
can
him.
see that, but I really like Will Smith.
Like, some of his movies are good. Like, Pursuit of Happiness is good.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
him as a person, I think, just gives me the ick.
Yeah, he gives me uncle vibes.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
true.
too much. Like,
He kind of, he reminds me, he's like on the same level as like The Rock.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Where
exactly.
It's just like, The Rock is just like so, I just
Too
can't describe
popular,
it. Yeah.
like-
See, I
too
disagree with
popular.
that. I feel like Will Smith is a lot more humble.
That's
Oh,
true.
I think he's
Yeah.
100% humble. I just feel like he's the type, like, if I was waitressing a table for him, I definitely think he would make jokes that would annoy me.
Not
Wait, which
necessarily
one? Will
offend you.
Smith.
Not offend
Not
you,
if
but
I'm to
annoy
be annoying,
you.
he'd be
Mhm.
I'd like to say, like, something a fucking dad
Like,
would
No,
say.
oh,
he's very daddish. Like, I can tell
Yeah.
he would give us, like, fucking advice on life and making sure we're following the right path.
Yeah. But I feel like he wouldn't also be an asshole and be like, have an $800 tab, here's a $4 tip. I feel like he's like a generous person.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, because I don't
Never
fucking
met
know
him.
Never met him.
Probably never will.
Probably never will, and
Will.
I'm fine with that.
But Michael B. Jordan, on the other hand,
Yeah.
I love that man.
Yeah,
fine,
Gorgeous
man.
man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say, though, if they kill another dog in the sequel, I will not fuck with
I hope
that.
there's another dog, though.
But not dead.
Not
he had,
dead,
he had a puppy at the end. Oh, sorry to spoil it.
It's okay.
fine.
She's
You're
not
probably
gonna
gonna
watch
watch
it.
it, yeah.
If she hasn't watched it at this point.
Wait, didn't he? Or am I wrong?
I don't-
I've never seen it.
I do not remember that happening.
Oh, I think I'm thinking about the beginning when it was.
When it was a puppy.
Yeah.
You're thinking of John Wick.
I can't
Aw.
not stop thinking about John Wick.
That is a really good movie, but yeah,
I don't like puppies getting killed. It's just not something
yeah,
I
believe it or
enjoy.
not, guys. I know that some of you guys are really into that, but we're not. We're not
If that's
really
you,
fans.
shame on you.
Yeah.
But not me.
If you guys are, check out I Am Legend if you haven't seen it. Check out the sequel that's coming out.
Okay. And William Hurt, the Oscar-winning actor, has died at 71. Rest in peace, King. I don't know you. I've never heard your name before.
In
Rest
some
in
what
peace,
Marvel was he in the Marvel
William.
movies?
According to Isaac, he was in a Hulk movie.
He was the scientist.
He was a scientist.
I feel like if I saw
Thank
him,
you
I would
for your
know,
work.
but thank you.
Thank you for the Hulk movie.
Rip King.
Thank
Rest
you for
in
your
peace.
service. Okay. And TikTok has become Cannes Film Festival official partner.
That is gonna be so interesting.
Wait, I'm actually excited for this because don't you ever like just scroll and you see one of those really like beautiful TikToks, so
Yeah.
well filmed.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna submit my TikToks.
We'll send mine in.
please don't.
Hoping we see some submissions from Angel Mommy.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
And that is deserved.
My favorite one is when they're in like a Burger King and she's like, "Why didn't you order me a burger?"
I wonder how the like scripting process goes when they're talking about what they're gonna film. Like,
I think
so
It's just
it's
improv.
it's all
they put
improv.
things in a blender.
She's an artist.
She's a thespian.
Okay. Darth Maul was in the original plans for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series with Ray Park, originally signed on to return. Maul was cut from the series completely once the creative overhaul happened.
What?
Damn.
That's messed up.
Wow. That would have been pretty badass, I will say.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with new Star Wars.
I'm over
I've
it.
been done.
I'm like, just let it die, please. Just
But-
let Star Wars
Yes.
die.
Especially after the last one.
I feel like though, like if they wanted to redeem themselves, it would have been so sick to have
Mm-hmm.
Darth
Darth
Maul.
Maul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, done with that. Star Wars next.
Elden Ring.
Oh,
Sales top 12 million. Potential IP extension beyond games.
I'm sorry for
Bitch,
having
I don't
gone
even
to
know what the
offend.
fuck that means.
Me either.
This is gonna be offensive, but if you play Elden Ring, you're a nerd.
You're a fucking
nerd.
You're a certified nerd if you play Elden Ring.
I will say though, it just seems like one of those games that I wouldn't want to play because I feel like I have to think too much playing.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
I'm an Animal Crossing bitch. I want to mindlessly run around, catch fish and bugs.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to have to use my brain that
It doesn't
much
sound
when I'm
fun
playing.
to
Yeah, like
constantly die all
aren't
the
you
time.
playing to relax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like so stressful.
I don't like fighting in
Mm-mm.
games.
Or in general.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind I like Mortal Kombat and stuff, but I don't like when it's like there's like a quest you have to go on.
And
I love that shit. I love
not me.
Quest.
Christina,
Yeah,
Christina
I'm, like,
is a
into
gamer
the
girl.
free-
Yeah, you are a gamer girl.
and I do want to try Elden Ring, but I just
You're a
have
nerd.
heard. I have heard.
You might like it
things.
though.
I don't know.
Doesn't hurt to try.
I liked Ark because it was just like cute little dinosaurs, and then like during Valentine's Day they had pink ones, and I was like, oh, Elden Ring don't got that shit.
Maybe for Mother's Day they'll have a mom.
New mom just dropped an Elden Ring.
Oh my God. Okay, no, but Elden Ring.
Boring.
No one cares.
A new Riddler comic book hits stores this October with Riddler Year One, written by Paul Dano himself.
Paul Dano himself.
He wrote it?
Oh.
Written by Paul Dano.
Way to go, Paul.
It's
I
written by
mean,
Brew
good
Paul.
job.
Yeah, I won't be reading that.
Me
Sorry,
either,
Mr. Paul Dano.
but you guys know that it's out there, so.
If you want to.
Cool.
Okay. And that is it for the news for this week. So, Monolith must watch of the week. What did everyone watch that they feel everyone must add to their watch list? Christina?
I'll kick us off. I watched Shrek 2 specifically today, and it was my first time watching it like through and through, and I loved the godmother singing.
Yes, I need a
Yes.
hero. Oh
I
my
will listen
gosh.
to
That
that.
was iconic.
Iconic.
Cultural reset.
What did you think about Handsome Shrek?
Yeah, he's handsome.
He's hot.
Smash or pass.
Smash
handsome
for
Shrek.
sure.
I feel like I watched Shrek 2 a lot when I was a
Me
kid.
Yeah,
too.
it's the best Shrek.
It's the best Shrek.
I like the first one the best. It's
You're
just a
wrong, but
classic.
The
I
first
respect
one
that
is-
opinion.
I
Great.
liked what's the one where Donkey has like his babies and stuff?
That's the third one.
Donkey.
There's
There's
four.
four.
Yeah, there's four.
Wow.
I don't-
And
Then
there's,
they
and there's
added
a musical.
Because Shrek and Fiona have a bunch of babies too.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
Triplets.
fourth one is where Fiona doesn't remember him and she's
Yeah.
like in the ogre land
Yes,
or whatever.
and
What's in
Rumpel-
the third one? Oh, Rumpelstiltskin.
That's the fourth one.
okay.
That's the fourth one. The third one
Oh.
is where the king is the king is dying, so they need to find Arthur, and they need to bring him so he can be a new king.
Yeah, the blonde boy.
Yes, and he just, if not Prince Charming, is going to be king. I love Shrek.
Oh my god. Wait. I thought the blonde boy was was in the second one.
No, he's in the third one. The second one is so there's two blonde boys, Prince Charming and then Arthur. Arthur is the cousin that needs to be
Enough
king.
blonde
Yeah.
boys. Okay.
And Prince Charming is trying to take over.
I'll watch that one next.
Yeah, I love the third one. I think Justin Timberlake is the voice of Arthur, but I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
that
It
sounds
is?
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my must watch.
This week I watched for the first time Coyote Ugly.
Really,
Oh my
first
gosh.
time.
Yeah.
I'm
I've never
surprised
seen
you.
it either.
Really, I'm surprised you haven't watched that before, Callista. I feel like that's a very you movie.
Yeah,
What
I
is it
did really
about?
like it. It's about these girls who work in a bar and they dance on the bar. they don't just dance, they like get wild, they pour water on you and they cut your ponytail off.
Wait,
Oh my
like
God.
as a job?
Yeah, as a
Oh,
job.
okay.
They're like the bartenders, but they also do that. It's
Mhm.
it's good. It's a fun movie. I think everyone should watch it.
I
Cool.
agree.
Interesting.
It's a
I
good
thought it was
one.
about like coyotes.
No.
I've heard a lot of like people reference it before, but I never even knew what it was about.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's good.
Did you
Yeah.
guys know that people in the Midwest, like Wyoming, they say coyotes instead of coyotes?
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah,
I
that
can hear
doesn't sound
cowboys
right.
saying that.
When I heard
Gotta
my
go get those
brother,
coyotes.
yeah, literally, when I heard my brother-in-law saying that, I was like, "What is that? A new animal that I've never seen
New
before?"
animal?
Oh, are they
New animal
related to,
extra.
are they related to coyotes in any way?
Like, I don't know, it beats me. But
Maybe.
I'll watch it.
My must watch is Branded to Kill. It's a Japanese film from the 1960s. I think it's like 1967, I want to say. But it's about this hitman who's like best in the business, but he botches a job basically. And so he's being hunted by another assassin basically. But it's just one of those films that I have never said like what the fuck so many times while watching a movie. And especially it being not only Japanese, but in the time period that it was, I feel like it pushes so many boundaries. I definitely don't feel like it's everyone's cup of tea, but you should at least like watch. It's fucking insane.
I'll watch
Sounds
it.
interesting.
It's insane, and it's black and white. It's so fucking good. That's my must watch.
1960s, you said?
Yeah, 1960s.
Wow.
I
Damn.
think
Yeah.
67.
I don't think I'll be watching, but
Yeah, I feel
It's
like
black and white girl.
I feel like you three probably it's not gonna be up your alley, but it's definitely like just insane.
is it like gory?
I wouldn't say like more or less than anything else. I will say it's just like wild. It's just like a lot happening.
Okay.
Like
Interesting.
Parasite.
No.
I watched that
No.
yesterday too.
Parasite?
Yeah.
I love
The,
Parasite.
they have a black and white release of Parasite.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is-
I saw
it's
that.
It
cool.
is stunning.
That's beautiful.
It's
I can
stunning.
see that.
It looks so good.
That's so cool.
Anyways, that was my must watch. Mayu.
It's always gonna be Pride and Prejudice. If I can
Always.
recommend a movie
Oh,
to
yeah.
anyone, it will
I haven't
always be.
seen.
You need to
It's
watch
so
it.
good.
I
It's-
do, but I want to be in the mindset to want to
Yes,
watch it. I don't want to force
you need
myself
to.
to just put it on.
You
So.
need to feel, and it's gonna make you feel things. It's gonna make you like, oh, just think about your whole life.
You're gonna
Think-
you're gonna look at Seth and be like, "What are you
Why-
doing?"
How come you don't have a castle in Pemberley?
Why don't you have sideburns?
Oh my
my
god!
I like modern day sideburns, gross.
But
like,
back in the day,
Back in the day, sideburns.
Nothing beats running your fingers through some sideburns.
Like Patrick Wilson, I think that's his name.
from
in
Conjuring.
the Conjuring movies, his sideburns.
yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Handsome man.
But Pride and Prejudice it's so well written. It's so well, like, the cinematography is amazing. The like for it to be an older, like, I don't know if it's not an old movie, but like, how do you call it that? Like a period piece or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so interesting, and it has
Yeah.
a good plot, and it actually like it's like a girl movie. It's like a girl boss movie too. Like, it's a feminist movie if you think
Yeah.
about it. So especially for the time. So I
Yeah,
recommend
love
it.
it.
Yeah, love Pride and Prejudice. All right. Well, we will jump into our main topic then, the movies that made us the women we are now. I will get started. So the movie I chose to talk about this week is Aquamarine.
I love that movie.
Classic.
I wanted nothing more than when I was a little girl to be a mermaid.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, quick note. Do you guys believe mermaids are real?
No.
Yes.
I feel
Me
like,
too.
I feel like there's a possibility that there's some kind of creature that resembles a mermaid
Yes.
in the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
but
not like aquamarine, but
Yeah.
something.
Aquamarine specifically.
Think about
where
it.
is she?
There has to be something similar to a mermaid, but if they're undersea,
They're
they'd have to
probably ugly.
have weird eyes and like
Mhm.
weird ears.
They'd be just
they
like
wouldn't
scary
look
as
like a
fuck. They wouldn't be
person.
Kind
sexy.
of like the
They wouldn't be
mermaids
sexy. They wouldn't have good
in-
tits.
And Harry
Yeah.
Potter, kind of like the one in Harry
They'd be
Potter.
shriveled.
Yeah, like in Harry Potter, or I
Yeah.
think
Well,
the
no, 'cause
mermaids
they're
in
a little
Peter
sexy,
Pan.
too.
Ew, Pete.
In Harry Potter,
Wait, maybe I'm thinking Peter Pan.
The mermaids.
you're definitely not thinking of Harry Potter. They're
What-
not
they're
sexy.
like-
Let me look up the ones
They're
in
like
Harry Potter.
creatures.
I think
in
I'm
Harry
talking
Potter.
about. I think I'm thinking about the ones.
The Pirates of
in-
Caribbean mermaids are fucking fine.
Yeah, I've never really watched those movies. I feel like those movies came out when I was like a kid and not really interested in watching Pirates of the Caribbean.
But
Keira Knightley's in those movies.
Yeah, I
so
was
Yeah.
interested.
She's really
I was
pretty.
interested for Keira Knightley and Johnny Depp
and Orlando Bloom.
and Orlando Bloom.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Good
Orlando
cast.
Oh,
Good cast.
yeah, I was not thinking of the ones in Harry Potter. I think I was thinking of the ones in Peter Pan because they're the evil ones, right? But
They're
are
evil,
sexy.
but they're kind of sexy.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I love a good,
They're
I
like
love
bad
a little
girls.
like
Yeah.
scary sexy.
Yeah,
So-
they're kind of like sirens.
I love a good Melina.
Yeah.
Unhinge her jaw, eat my fucking head off.
Okay, Calista, tell us why Aquamarine is your coming of age movie.
Okay, Aquamarine. So just quick run over. It's about a mermaid who there's a really bad storm and she washes up into a swimming pool. Her dad, merman, creates a really bad storm.
Aquaman.
Poseidon. Jason Momoa creates a really bad storm because he set up a marriage for her and she doesn't want to marry the merman because she's not in love with him.
Because he's a stinky fish.
He's a stinky fish. And her dad says, love isn't real. And creates a storm that washes her up. So she's washed up and she meets two like preteen girls and they're trying to help her fall in love.
JoJo and Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
might I
Not
say.
JoJo Siwa.
Not JoJo
Not the
Siwa.
other JoJo.
Was she even alive?
Get out of me right now,
Probably
JoJo.
not.
I just watched this movie a lot when I was a kid. Like
Yeah,
this is like
me too.
the one movie like I think I watched the most when I was a kid. I don't know. I just like preteen girl movie.
Comfort movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of struggle about growing boobs,
Yeah.
fighting with popular girls.
I think it's
Yeah.
really cool how the movie's not a romance movie. It's not about the mermaid. Like, it is
Yeah.
about her finding love, but ultimately it's about finding love.
Platonic love.
Exactly, like
Yeah.
any kind of love.
Friendship.
Friendship
Yeah.
love,
Yeah.
yes.
Touched me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just such a warm-hearted movie as well, and I think that when you think back about like the friends that you were with and the things you did as a kid,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
watching that friendship is just so sweet, and like that bond that you have with your friends as a kid,
Mhm.
because I feel like it changes so drastically as you get older. The bonds are just like completely different.
Especially
Yeah.
because they were gonna move. Like, the girl was
Yeah,
gonna move.
it's
So it's
so
like,
sad.
I feel the
Yeah.
pain of
Yeah.
leaving a friend behind and just like, oh my gosh, like, we're probably never gonna talk to each other
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
And then just that
that's-
feeling of like being misplaced as a teenage girl. Like you don't
Mhm.
fit in. You're not like the cool, popular girl.
Yeah. I also think what you were saying, I just think when you're a young girl, like the friendships you have with other girls are
Yeah.
so important. In your
Yeah.
For
life.
Yeah.
sure. I think it's a solid preteen movie.
100%. 100%.
JoJo's outfits in this movie
Oh my
are
God.
fugly.
All the outfits.
Bangs are
Oh,
so cute.
did you guys ever try to do a dress with a t-shirt?
t-shirt.
Yeah.
It must have been a long ass t-shirt.
I
that she was
And it did drive me crazy. Her blue highlights never looked the same throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like
They
they
did
kept
not give a
changing
fuck.
from like how dark they were and like where they were placed on her head.
That's true.
But that girl, she's so cute, and I'm surprised she hasn't been in anything really.
She's
Yeah.
a Latina queen.
She's
Her
a-
dad is either Mexican or from
Are we talking
Argentina.
about
Really?
JoJo?
Oh,
No,
wow.
Sarah Paxton.
Really?
Wait, Aquamarine?
Aquamarine.
Wow.
She is,
I would
yeah.
have never thought that.
And she's talked about how she's gone for Latino roles, but because she doesn't look Hispanic or, she doesn't look like a conventional Latina,
Yeah.
they never get her.
It's
Just
kind of
like-
like what's her face? She's in The Witch, the blonde girl. And she speaks. She's also in
Oh,
Queen's Gambit. What's her name?
Anna Taylor, no, Anna.
Yeah,
it is
Anna
Anna
Taylor-Joy.
Taylor-Joy?
Yeah, she's like fluent in Spanish.
She's Argentinian,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. She speaks
Wow,
like
RG
perfect Spanish.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I'm in love with her.
With Aquamarine or Anya Taylor-Joy?
No, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh yeah, Anya or Anna?
Anya.
Anya. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. I
Cool.
love in Aquamarine too that, like, the guy was a good guy. He wasn't like a
Yeah,
douchebag.
he was nice.
He was
Not the
just a
typical.
nice-
I feel like, especially in like early 2000s movies, a lot of the guys were just like such dicks,
Yeah.
and that's what all the girls were like.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's like a surfer boy.
Yeah. He's like, obviously she's scared of being nicer. I was like,
And I'm glad that they portray the whole, like, because obviously when I had my first boyfriend when I was like 13 or 14, I did say I love you to them as soon as I was boyfriend and girlfriend with them. I was like, I didn't know what love was. Like,
Yeah.
why was I saying that?
see, I did not do that. When I got my first boyfriend in like 7th grade, I stopped going to school so I wouldn't have to see him.
Oh my god.
and then I was too scared to break up with him, so I just kept avoiding him.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Poor
I
guy.
don't think I ever like
Like a
officially.
Dylan origin story.
I never officially broke up with my 5th grade boyfriend. I don't think.
Don't tell Isaac.
We're still together. He's gonna come and sweep you away.
Damn.
No, I would put it, you know how you guys had like Messenger and you could put statuses in your Messenger?
Yeah.
So I would put like, I love you, whatever his name
Oh.
is.
Or like the text signatures.
Yeah.
Oh my yes! Oh my
Like
god!
I love my whatever my boyfriend's name was.
And as you broke up
Oh my
and
God.
dated someone new, you would just switch just
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But I am so glad that he didn't say that he loved Aqua, because that would have been so unrealistic. It's like, yeah, like true. Like he was like,
I feel like
I
when
don't
you're a
love
kid,
you.
it's not that unrealistic. I feel like it was very mature of him to be like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
"Oh,
It's
we
like
just
that's-
had a couple dates.
Yeah, it's like a
it's
good thing to include in like a preteen
Yeah.
movie to be
Yeah.
like realistic about love.
Mhm.
I remember I left my ass off when she asked if he loved her, and he's like, I mean, I think you're hot,
That's so funny.
There's a lot of just like cringy lines
Yeah.
in this movie, but it's like it was 2006.
Yeah, they were a little corny.
something's
Yeah.
fishy about this girl.
Oh, and yeah, and
smell the
Cecilia is
Another
Yeah.
Latina queen.
Really?
Yeah, I think she's Cuban.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was a rich Cuban.
Mhm.
I
Well, I
bet
don't know if she's Latina in the actual movie, but the actress
she
is.
hates Fidel Castro. Probably.
Yeah.
But she's in Gilmore Girls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
she?
Uh-huh.
I need to watch that.
She's
I feel
really
like
cool.
it comes up a lot.
It's so
Yeah.
funny that they were talking about like, oh, she grew boobs and her boobs are tiny.
I know. They're like, she came back from summer camp and she has like A cup boobs.
Yeah.
And like she could poke an eye out with those things.
Whose eye?
But Emma Roberts is such a baby.
I
oh my
know.
gosh, I
It's
love
Well, because I was
her.
looking
Me
at
too.
JoJo even too, and I was like, she looks older than me. But then when I was really looking at her, I was like, no, she looks so young in this too.
She
They had a
is.
good cast for that movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The girl from Pretty Little Liars.
Oh yeah, whatever
she
her
was
name
in it.
is.
And then there was another girl that was one of the mean girls who's also a famous actress.
She is?
The Asian girl that was sitting in the back seat.
She
didn't
does
know
look
that.
familiar.
Yeah, she's in a couple movies.
Let's look
I
that
can't
up.
think of it at the top of my head, but and then Cecilia, she played in one of those, what was that like eerie movie where she had a sister? I don't know. It was good though. It was a good cast.
I feel like I
Yeah.
can kind of. What is that movie?
I don't know, but like her sister was like sick or something and she ended up killing her.
Oh, I don't think
It's like
I've
a
seen
murder.
that.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but
The
I
Grudge?
don't remember.
No.
No.
Oh, I forgot she was in The Grudge.
She's in the Grudge.
Yeah,
Yes, in The
that
Grudge
is so
too.
funny. That's so random.
Yeah. They just don't make mermaid movies like they used to.
No, fucking H2O.
Yeah,
I
was that
love
during
H2O.
H2O.
I love
I
H2O.
love that.
Even this, like the CGI and whatever,
So
how
good.
they make it. Well, it wasn't bad for 2006.
Yeah.
It was, I believe it.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
Was it The Uninvited?
Yes.
Oh my god.
gosh.
Another though teenage movie that I watched a lot was John Tucker Must Die. Did you guys
I
ever watch
love
that?
I've
John
never seen
Tucker
it.
Must
I've heard of it,
Die.
though.
She is in John
She's
Tucker Must
she's
Die.
in John Tucker Must Die.
Dang, she's been in a lot of things then.
Yeah,
I
she
was
just
fucking
changes her
obsessed with
hair,
her.
so
She's
you
like
can't
a
really
2000
tell.
She's like a 2000s girl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how old is she
Yeah.
then?
I don't
know.
know.
Because she didn't look that young, honestly.
In
She's
Aquamarine,
37.
she looked like a grown woman.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like she has one of those faces though, similar to JoJo, where their face never ages.
Oh.
Yeah.
They have like the same face.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
what you mean.
So like even if they're younger, they have like an older face, but then they have a younger face when they're older.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Makes
know what you mean.
sense.
Aquamarine was great. I also liked when every like at the very end when Raymond is kissing them and they're visibly just like it's like he's right there.
That's so typical though too. I feel like with my friends, I was so obvious when
Yeah.
I
I
know. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like when you like would be around boys that you liked,
Yeah.
and you were just like staring
they'd be
at
like
them.
pushing you over towards them,
Yeah.
and you'd be like tripping and then like running away.
just like making so much noise. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God,
yeah.
You know what was so funny though when I was watching Aquamarine when she was on the dates with him, she would just do weird fucking things. I'm like,
Oh my
if I was that man, I would fucking block this woman.
with the salt water.
The salt water, and then she was like rubbing her face on the cotton candy. I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
get scared of her.
I'd be like,
Or like
"Girl."
dancing.
the dancing.
Or when she's like when she's like flip your hair and she's just like
Yeah.
going back and forth whipping
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
That movie,
Aquamarine.
yeah, it makes me
Good
happy.
movie. I love that movie when I was a young girly.
When did that come out?
2006, I think. 2006
wow.
or
That sounds
2007.
right. 2006 sounds right. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Okay, Katie, do you want to talk about your movie?
Yes. So, my movie was But I'm a Cheerleader. If you haven't seen it, 100% watch it. It's about
So good.
this girl Megan, who is a cheerleader, but then people start suspecting that she might be a lesbian. So they have like a little intervention and they send her to like this camp that's like a conversion therapy type thing, and it's basically a bunch of teenagers that are at this camp trying to learn how to be heterosexual because you know it's the best. But growing up and like watching that as a teen who was questioning their sexuality, I feel like I was just like, oh, because I feel like there is a lot of stereotypical like jokes in it of like, this is very stereotypically gay,
Yeah.
so that's why it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it also, like, she's a cheerleader. So she's like, how could I be
Right.
gay because I'm a cheerleader?
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, you don't have to be just one. Like,
Yeah.
you
One-
can be yourself and still.
Yeah.
There's not one way
Yeah,
to be
there's
gay.
not.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's literally
Mhm.
a line. There's not one way to
Mhm.
be
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah. I thought it was so funny that one of the main reasons why they said she was gay is because she doesn't like kissing her boyfriend. But he's just like a
Who
fucking
would like
ugly
that?
kisser.
Yeah.
He's just like being so nasty.
Anyone would hate kissing that man regardless of their sexuality.
Yeah. Well, I love too when they're talking about like what they thought made them gay, and she's
Oh,
she's
that
a
was
vegetarian.
hilarious.
And
Yeah,
the
she's
girl's-
a vegetarian.
the girl's like, I was born in France.
Oh yeah.
And then just like nodded.
Yeah, and they're just like,
Yeah, when they're
That's
talking
true.
about their root and the one girl says she's gay because her mom got married in pants.
yeah. Like it's like yeah,
That
I
is
get
funny.
it. I felt those things too.
And then the girl that has the buzz, like the fade, the buzz cut, and
Oh my
she's
God.
like,
She's
I'm not
like,
even
I'm
gay.
not gay.
Yeah, she's like, I'm
like
not
dick.
gay.
Yeah. But just because of the way that she presents herself.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good movie, and
Yeah.
I think it was a conversion camp, which is very traumatic and horrible, but
Yeah.
Disgusting.
they pulled it off in a way that I feel like is
Yeah.
like still highlights how horrible a conversion camp is, but it was just like
Yeah.
a funny, lighthearted movie.
And I feel like
still.
it wasn't one of those ones that aged poorly with a lot of
No,
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Horrible
it aged
jokes.
like fine wine, and it will
Mhm.
continue to. I
Yeah.
feel like it's just a
Yeah.
good like.
It's very
Funny movie.
informative too. Like,
yeah.
like I feel like people, especially teenagers, that like you said, like they don't know that there's not one way to be gay or one way to be straight or whatever. They're like, oh well, so there is people that feel the same way that I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
yeah.
RuPaul is a conversion.
Oh my
therapist.
God,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's wild.
That is so fun. And he was like 30 something in that movie.
See, I feel like he also has one of those faces that looks the same no matter what
Yes.
age he is.
Yeah.
I'm an ex-gay.
Yeah.
I'm an ex-gay.
Yeah, there was a lot of innuendos in
Yeah.
this movie that
Yeah.
were really funny.
Yeah. I feel like too it's one of the like only movies about lesbians that one of them does not die and it has a happy ending.
Yeah,
oh my
it's
gosh.
true.
So you can totally tell that it was directed by women because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not about like
100%.
it's not porny. Because you know how it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
so many movies they portray lesbians like these horny, just
Yes.
sex crazy people.
Have you guys seen Disobedient?
Yeah.
No.
It's about these two Jewish, like Orthodox Jewish women who are very, very religious and very conservative. And they are gay, and they've never had, like, sex with a woman before. But the first time they have sex with a woman, they're, like, spitting in each other's mouths. Which is, like, so ridiculous. Like, your first sexual experience with a woman in your life, you're gonna spit in her mouth.
Or with a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the way that they were so, like, just
It's not
romantic.
sexualized
It's
at all.
romantic.
It's
Right.
it's because it's like the teenage coming of age, like, I'm questioning my sexuality as a teenager. I'm going through this. It's not like this huge sexualized thing. It's more of like a lighthearted,
Yeah.
I have a crush on this person. I have this and this and this. Like, you're finding yourself, and it's not necessarily like, I think I like girls. I want to spit in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I love that it was so lighthearted. Like, that was
Yeah.
my favorite part. And
Yeah.
also, like, the color palette was really cute.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
so cute.
I loved it.
And I love
Yeah.
Natasha Lyonne.
Yeah, I love her. She looks the same. Like, her
Yeah.
face doesn't
Yeah,
change.
she has the same face.
Yeah,
But her not being gay is,
that's crazy to
it's,
me.
yeah, it's
I did not
insane.
know that.
Yeah.
After Orange is the New Black, I'm like, I can't.
Her and all of her
How?
roles, I feel like she just has a very, like,
Lesbian person.
she gives me lesbian
Yeah.
vibes.
Maybe she is.
And that's, I guess,
Wonderful.
I guess, stereotypical too, but I feel like she's just like, God, she would say one word to me and I would fall to my knees.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
This movie, it also does not, like, look very good. Like, it kind of looks like
No,
shit.
yeah, it absolutely does.
No budget.
It's definitely like a 90s film.
Yeah, it also, like, it kind of felt like a Tim Burton movie to me, almost.
It's very, like,
It's
very dramatic, I feel like.
And,
And,
like-
like, things are,
Like the props.
The pink
Yeah,
house.
I think, like, the colors and just, like, the kind of, like, the way it felt, like, kind of felt like a little, like, fantastic.
it feels
Mhm.
like, yeah, it feels almost like satirical in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, I feel like it works
Yeah.
Yeah.
for it. Like, that's what
Mhm.
makes it good.
Yeah. I thought it was funny that the gay bar they go to is just called
Cocksucker.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That would be my go-to.
What's the name of
Come on, Utah, where's our cocksucker?
the freaking zoning laws or whatever. They would have a feast with that. What's the name of the girl the girlfriend?
In real life or her character?
No, her character.
Graham.
Yeah,
Okay.
Graham.
Why was her hair so greasy?
Yeah,
God, it was
she
nasty.
is really hot too. But yeah, the whole time I was just staring at her hair. I was like,
Just
oh,
like,
Yes.
girl, wash your hair.
Her hair
they're
was
trying to make you
so
not a
greasy.
lesbian. You can still shower.
Lesbians can still shower.
She got her shower privileges taken away.
I know. It is funny, just like, I feel like the idea of a conversion camp and what people think a conversion camp can do. Like,
Yeah.
What
What do
could
you
it
think's-
possibly do?
do you think, what do you think's
Yeah.
gonna happen when you put a whole bunch of gay kids into a
Exactly.
Like,
And you make them sleep
I know.
together in the same room
Yeah.
with these things that vibrate. Like,
Especially like teenagers.
Yeah.
No, but also, it's not even like they were teaching them how their sexuality shouldn't be, but it was like gender roles
Yeah.
that you could be a lesbian and still be a stay-at-home mom, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and that's the thing too, is like when I was first coming to terms with my sexuality, that's why I was like, yeah, like I can't because I have this certain personality trait and I have this and I fall into this gender role.
it's like, I like to cook. I can't
yeah,
be a
so
lesbian.
I can't possibly be a lesbian. I was on the cheer team.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Me in high school telling people, I'm on the dance team, of course I'm not gay. Are you kidding me?
But
Are you
but I'm a
stupid?
dancer.
Where's my film? But yeah, I just feel like growing up, that was kind of one of the movies that made me feel seen.
Validated.
Yeah,
I can see that.
especially growing up in Utah.
Oh, yeah.
Like growing up in a religious household, I feel like I didn't have any exposure. And so it was like, it was nice to have something lighthearted and fun that wasn't like,
Yeah.
being a lesbian sucks and it's so hard and you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
It's like the one
It's
gay
not the-
movie I've
yeah.
seen where it's like doesn't end in heartbreak.
Yeah,
Literally,
exactly,
almost
exactly.
even Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Is
Yeah.
still,
Ends in
it's
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous movie,
heartbreaking.
but it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Where's the happy ending?
There's no happy ending in gay movies. There's someone getting sick, someone getting killed, or
Like, come on.
something's gotta happen.
We know that we yearn. But at some point we have to have a happy ending, please, I'm begging you.
There are some happy gay couples out there. Tell their stories.
A little bit.
It's like, oh, I know you guys haven't ever met one, but
Yeah.
they do exist. But yeah, so that was mine growing up that I loved it. So if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend.
I've never
It was a
heard
great pick.
of or seen that movie before, so
I
it was a good
loved
one to
it.
watch this
Yeah,
week.
everyone check it out.
I feel like it's a cult. Like, it has a cult classic following.
Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like when you know about it, it's like one of those ones where you're like all in.
Yeah. I remember I
Mhm.
watched it because I saw a Vine back in the day about that movie.
Oh.
So that was like, what, 2016 maybe? And I was like,
don't know.
and I remember that the Vine had the scene where they were cutting the logs. And I don't know why I was like, that's what the hell?
so funny. Yeah.
I was like, what is this movie? That's just when they would cheer. Oh man. So
So good.
but I feel like if you put that movie on TikTok, like just a snippet of it, people are gonna be like, "What is this movie?" Like,
Yeah.
this is-
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, all the Gen Zs are gonna be like, "This represents me." It's like, no, this is for the millennials, or this is for the people in the middle, the border of millennial and Gen Z.
Yeah, good pick. Good movie.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, Christine, are you up?
Yes. So my coming of age movie is She's the Man. And this is also just another like teen high school classic. That is my
Yep.
guilty pleasure. And this movie's about Olivia, who's a female athlete. Her soccer team gets cut from her high school. So she wants to join the men's team. But they're like, girls can't do what guys can.
Oh.
They're not fast enough, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, well, if you can't join them, then beat them. So she goes to the rivalry school, which was so confusing because, like, they're in dorms.
Yeah.
There's like
It's
a
like a
boarding, it's like
private-
a
it's like a-
boarding
yeah.
school.
that
They're
makes
rich
sense.
people.
I know, but, like, at the time when I was younger, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't know that there were high
High
schools that
schoolers.
you lived there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Olivia joins the rivalry team, and obviously she's posing as her brother, Sebastian. And it's just funny because they're actual twins in the movie. But then it had so many gay opportunities in that movie.
Yeah.
Because, what was her name? She liked Olivia.
Oh, I don't remember her
What's
name,
her
but
name?
the blonde girl.
Yeah. I forget.
Olivia.
Yeah, Olivia's the blonde girl.
Oh,
Viola's the
Viola. Okay, sorry. I like totally messed. Viola Hastings is the one who
Yeah.
goes to pose as Sebastian, and it's really, really funny. But I chose this movie because I feel like as a girl growing up with two brothers, like, and they're like very masculine people, I feel like. So, and my dad was very, and my family is just so like foreign. So it's like gender roles this and girls cook and clean and boys whatever. So I always felt like I had to prove myself more than my brothers had to. So that's why I chose it. So it was just kind of like a funny play on that. But I don't know. That movie is just so... And it was hard to watch, honestly, because it was kind of cringy. But
the acting is very cringy.
Yes, Amanda Bynes is not a good actress in this movie.
She's
awful.
so
I feel like that's
over
how
the
her-
top.
That's how her acting is, and I feel like that's how the acting was back in the day. Because like I feel like
Yeah.
any Amanda Bynes
That's
thing
what
that
I was thinking,
I
too.
fucking love Amanda Bynes. But like
At the time, we loved it, and now it's just like...
yeah, but
well,
you watch
now
it
it's
now and you're
hard
like,
to watch.
oh
Because
shit.
I think it's like a product of like the Amanda Show where she's like
Yeah.
over the
True.
top and
Yeah.
like so crazy. And I like when she's pretending to be a boy, she has this weird accent. Like why
Why
is
is
she
she
doing an
talking like
accent?
that was funny.
It's like a New York accent.
Yeah, like why are you
See
doing
what,
an accent?
what you really are.
Oh my god, that was so funny. And Monique was so hot, by the way. She had
Monique
I
was
do
hot.
not
She had-
think Monique is hot.
I
Is
think
that
she's so
Sebastian's
cute.
girlfriend?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she had some good outfits.
I
Yeah.
think that she was... Oh, I've never met a white girl with the name Monique.
Yeah, that's true.
That is
You
true.
know a girl named...
But
She's not white.
she's like white passing, but she's like a Latina.
So that was really
Okay.
interesting to
Don't
me.
you think?
I don't
I
think we're thinking about
she's
the
white.
Yeah, she's,
I think it's just she can pass because she has darker features.
yeah,
But
but she's a white girl, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I really liked Channing Tatum in this movie.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm
loved him.
saying when I say like the dorkier Channing
Yeah.
Tatum, where it's like he's just goofy
And
and,
the
not
smaller
trying
build.
too hard.
I honestly think he's a really good actor. He really portrayed like
Yeah.
that nervousness,
Yeah.
and, like I don't know how to talk to girls kind of thing
Oh my
really
God,
well.
that scene where he was kissing Viola. I was like, turn it off, cut the cameras.
I liked the really nerdy girl who was like a freak.
Oh, what's her name?
Eunice.
Eunice. And I love that the guy was like, damn, why?
When they start making out at the end. Oh my
like,
god.
Mouths wide open.
Yeah.
Ew.
See, like, that's how you wouldn't be spitting in each other's mouths. You would be open mouth kissing tongue first
Yeah.
into each other's mouths.
No,
I love that movie.
the
I do
dialogue
too.
is cringy, but it's just
It's iconic, though.
it's an iconic movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up another point. I can't remember what I
The
was gonna
soundtrack
say.
for
Mhm.
that movie is good too.
Yeah. Do you guys know what's happening with Amanda Bynes now?
She's in a conservative.
yeah,
I think she's currently
I
trying
can't
to
say
get
that
out
word
of the
either,
conservative-
but
She's like,
that.
yeah,
I
she's
saw
trying to
her
end
much
her conservatorship. Like, she is the kind of person where I feel like Britney Spears probably didn't deserve to be in one, but Amanda Bynes, like, girl, maybe it was
Not like she
fine.
deserves it, but she needs
She
it.
needed
maybe.
it,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Like, I watched this TikTok series of her, and like she just like was going off the deep end. And
I
she,
don't
like,
really know a lot about her upcoming.
I think it was just it's one of the she's a child actor.
Yeah.
And
A lot of
she-
abuse in the industry.
and she was,
she's very mentally ill.
yeah, she was on Nickelodeon too. With
Yeah,
That's
with-
right.
yeah.
With Dan,
Dan
Schneider.
Schneider.
Ew,
Yeah,
gross. We
and
hate
she
him.
was just like, I think her parents like pushed her to be
Yeah.
like a star, but she like was like going on benders.
Yeah.
And there was like this one story of where she somehow was like, she lit a fire and like lit her dog on fire.
Oh my god.
I've never
Yeah.
heard that.
I
That's
just
crazy.
think that there was a lot of trauma and a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
And she had access to all of these drugs.
And
but
money.
She didn't, and money, but she didn't have any support
Yeah.
to help her
Exactly.
through that. Because with like mental illness specifically, drugs trigger that even more. So like, yeah, that can fuck you up.
Yeah. She made a new Instagram and she's like getting her face tattoos removed.
Oh my
She is. That's
God.
good because it
Yeah.
looks so
Yeah.
ugly.
They're
They're
awful.
so
I don't
I'm
ugly.
gonna look up what
She
she
has
looks
a.
like right
it's
now.
the biggest heart, just like on. It looks like a smudge. Like she's constantly dirty on her cheek.
Is she our age?
She's older.
Yeah. She is like the kind of person where her face has changed so much.
Yeah.
She's like very unrecognizable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
I
you can
ca-
still tell that
You
it's
can
her
still
though.
still tell it's her, but like when you
Yeah.
like
you can
watch
definitely tell she's been through some shit.
when you
Yeah.
watch She's the Man and look at her now, it's just like
Yeah.
she looks so different, and her face tattoos are just done very poorly.
I feel like
Yeah.
I really hope that she
Finds
picks
the help.
herself back up and gets the help that she needs.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I think that a lot of it was not her fault at all.
Absolutely.
It was just
Yeah.
she was brought up that way.
Every
Mhm.
child actor that has gone or is going through something like that, it's not their fault. Like,
yeah.
and it also like screw the parents that put their children through that just for money
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's messed up.
I think it's like I always think about like entertainment or like TV shows and movies when there's like newborn babies.
Oh my
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I would never
No,
volunteer my
never.
newborn baby to be in a movie. And it's like young babies. Like, I don't know. I don't think you're a bad person for doing that. I just could never picture myself giving birth and like, my baby's 2 months old. Put it in a movie.
Well,
Let some strangers
I
handle
mean,
it.
I feel like too when you think about it now, there's a lot of like family
Vloggers.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like the same thing. They're just
Well, I'm like thinking back on the Amanda show and like must have been so sad for them to be like, you have to be so upbeat, you have to do this
Yeah.
and that. Like
Mhm.
it's just so exhausting.
Well,
as
I
a
can't-
adult, imagine as a kid.
And she
I
has been
can't
doing that for
imagine.
years. Like it was the Amanda
Yeah.
show, and then she did other shows and just like constantly
because she was
working
known
all the
for
time.
that bubbly
Yeah.
personality.
That's
and
what I knew her
I cannot
as.
imagine growing up in the spotlight with everyone in your business. Like, even as an adult, I would fucking hate to be famous and have people in
Yeah.
your business all the time.
Yeah.
But I think now the child labor laws are a little bit better, so they're
Yeah, but I still
A
feel like
little
I still
bit.
feel like the judgment,
the entertainment industry probably just
Yeah.
Well,
It's
now the
so
labor
bad.
laws for film, but for the internet, there's literally no
well, there's
laws
also
at
still
all.
that,
there's
like-
also still just a lot of abuse.
like the JoJo Siwa, like she was forced into doing all that super like
Her
I know she
bow.
don't want to fucking wear all that rainbow ugly
Yeah.
ass glitter shit.
I know.
She has to be tired of it.
Yeah.
She is. I think that she said
Yeah,
because
she
she came out
did.
as queer,
Yeah.
and then she said that it was harder for her to come out to her mom and tell her that she didn't want to wear the freaking bow anymore than actually come out.
Oh.
that is
Yeah, that's
sad.
That's really sad.
Yeah,
really
I think
sad.
when you're a child actor, it's just like the stress from your parents.
yeah.
And like I feel like with a lot of child actors, it's like parents living something through their children.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
the girl from Gossip Girl, Leighton Meester, I think it's her name.
Oh yeah, I like her.
So her mom sued her because she said that she
Her
wasn't
mom sued her daughter?
Yeah, because she said that her daughter promised to send like $10,000 or something like that a month to take
Oh,
care
wait,
of
I heard
her
this.
son that was sick, but she was using it for cosmetic procedures. So she stopped sending the money, and like obviously she countersued and won because
Yeah.
what the hell was that? But like parents
The
do
fact
that,
that she
like
could even do that.
Well, I feel like that too is one
Exactly.
of those things where the parents are like the agents.
Mhm.
So then they're in the contract of like, I get this much money from you and you get this much money because
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
your
and
agent.
it's easier to do that to your kid when
Yeah,
they're younger.
Yeah, and then it just gets to the point where it's too hard for them to get out of at that point.
Yeah.
because it's all they know.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because every child star has had something. Like there's not like
Yeah.
tell me one of them has just skated through life like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like someone has had something. Same thing with Miley and Selena and even I don't know
Macaulay
like
Culkin.
yeah,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Olsen twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Literally
Olsen
everyone.
Yeah. I think it's just hard to be a child and just be exposed like that. And
Yeah.
just be just like people are just taking advantage of you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's hard because like you're doing work and you're getting paid, but are you getting paid? Like the
No,
money
like,
is going
it's
to your
going to your
parents.
Do they
parents.
even do they even want this? Do they even want to
Exactly.
be on television?
Like when I was a kid, I feel like there are some kids who wanted to be actors, but when I was a kid, the last fucking thing I wanted to
No.
do was
I wanted to be on
TV.
TV, but I'm like, but it wasn't like I wanted to, I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, that will be cool, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad that my parents never listened to me.
Yeah, me and Naomi actually auditioned for Shake It Up. Yeah.
You could have been there.
We made the first cut, but they were like, you gotta pay $3,000 fly out to
Oh
Oh,
my
LA.
yes,
God.
that's exactly how it is.
And so, and then our parents are always like, "Fuck that!" Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also like the chances of us making
It
it
could have been Zendaya.
been Zendaya.
Were you
I could be with
guys-
Tom Holland right now?
Were you guys ever like approached in the mall by like the model recruit? Like when
Oh,
you were a
yeah.
kid, they'd be like,
Yeah.
"You
No.
are perfect for a model."
Yeah.
It was just like a scam
It
thing.
felt
Yeah.
like a scam.
Yeah, where it's like they would like your parents would have to like pay them something, but it's just like people would approach you in the mall.
Even now, like I told you guys about it, but I got a DM on Instagram at like this modeling agency, and they were like, "Oh, we want you to come and audition." And I went, and they were like, "Yeah, but you have to pay like $1,500 for all the classes that we're gonna teach you."
Bullshit.
And I saw this.
It's like a huge
I'm sorry, but I
scam.
saw this musty girl just coming through the door. She
Oh.
literally stunk, and they told her the same thing. They were like, "You did great. You could be such a great model." I was like, You're just saying
Oh,
things to
it's-
everyone."
It's like in
Sad.
Pen 15 where they tell her she can be a
Yes.
model, and they go
exactly.
and they
Yeah.
make her like take off her shirt.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
that's so
Yeah.
sad.
I love Pen
That's awful.
15.
See, I've never been approached with like that. The people that approach me in the mall are the ones who are like, try this straightener, try these cosmetics.
Oh
my
Because
God.
obviously you look like shit, let me help you.
It's like this moisturizer, and they grab your hand and
And
just like
They're
rub
like,
it.
I see that you have
Yes.
eczema.
You,
Help me out here.
you literally just have to be like, no, my grandma's dying. I can't tell you. Like, they will not take no for it.
But she's a man. Do you guys okay? Think about it. So the Channing Tatum character, Duke,
Mm-hmm.
he falling in love with Amanda Bynes with Viola as Sebastian? So was he like attracted to him to her as when she was disguised as him?
I don't think so.
I think that it was more so that he just wasn't used to having a relationship with someone like that. That was like,
yeah.
because I feel
Like
like
when they were venting.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's harder for teenage boys especially
Absolutely.
to
Mhm.
build those connections with people and have those like vulnerable conversations. And so I think that he was more so uncomfortable with the fact that he was trying to navigate that
More than
he's-
he was attracted.
more than he was attracted.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But when you think about it, they're twins. So
Yeah,
like
they are twins.
so like,
That
they do
is
kind of
just-
look the same.
That is just like so ridiculous of the movie. Like,
Especially because they do not look
They
alike.
do
That's
not
what I mean.
look
Like so many
alike.
gay
Look alike.
opportunities.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying. It's like,
know.
maybe he could be bi,
See,
Maybe.
I would have preferred instead of Olivia kissing the real Sebastian.
For her to kiss the wrong
Yeah, she would
Sebastian.
have kissed the wrong
Yeah.
Sebastian,
Yeah.
and then her
Yeah.
and Viola would have fallen in love. Another lesbian iconic film, right?
that's also another thing that was ridiculous. Like she didn't fall in love with Sebastian, she fell in love with
Viola.
Because
so,
she was like sensitive and she
Yeah.
understood what like a woman needs.
yeah, and so why now is she with the real Sebastian who is nothing like
Because
her?
But
of
I
the
guess
lyrics.
the-
Because you know how
the
she was like,
lyrics.
yeah, that's how she
She's
fell
like,
in love with
these
him.
are so real.
I was like, this
But
is how I
he's still
feel
like
my
a
heart.
guy. Like he was still like
Yeah.
a dude.
Yeah.
He was. He
Yeah.
left his girlfriend to go to London
And
or
didn't
something.
say anything.
Yeah.
he looks musty.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does look musty.
He's a rock
But he
star.
plays the role.
He
Yeah.
looks stinky.
Mhm.
Like when, oh my god, when they're on the soccer field and they're proving that he's a dude and she's a girl, and he just flashes
Oh
his
my
dick
God.
and
I
she
know.
flashes her tits.
That's so problematic.
Oh my god.
I was like, God damn.
And it was so funny that the principal was like, I'm gonna call out this
In front of
student in front of the entire,
Yeah.
in front of
that
everyone.
fucking principal. Welcome to Illyria.
And he thinks he's balding. He's like, I know that you're wearing a wig.
Yeah.
And when he's talking to, what's the
Malfolio.
Malcolm.
Malfoy.
Malfolio's the tarantula. Malcolm is the guy. When Malcolm is like, there's something fishy about him, like there's something just not right. And he's like, no, he's just a regular guy. And then Viola's like on the phone, she's like, I am not wearing heels.
Yeah.
They just make it harder for women to run away from men.
Like, have you ever run away in here?
Yeah, he's like, have you ever tried to run in heels? She's like, no. He's like, it's not easy.
And it's not. He's
It's
right.
not. Especially if you're in grass.
Yeah.
You're going down.
Oh, and it was so funny at the very end when she's standing outside and it's like foggy and there's just a random man walking on and she's like, is that you?
I didn't think you'd come.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, you have no idea who this is.
I gotta turn the sprinklers on.
And then she turns around and he is there. That's so embarrassing. He just watched her say that to some random man.
I watched this movie in Peru, and I thought that debutante balls were a thing for like everyone in this country. That was like an American thing, and then I realized it was like a rich people thing, and none of the people that I know have ever had a debutante ball. So that's pretty stupid.
Yeah, I did not know that was a thing until I like.
Yeah.
If it weren't for like TV and movies, I would never have heard of a debutante
No.
ball. I think that's more of like the other side of the country.
Yeah,
I think it's
kind
a-
of thing.
I think but the only thing that like I feel like growing up was like the let me teach you proper manners and like
Mhm.
how to which forks to use and stuff was when the French classes in like junior high went to look high.
Oh yeah.
Did they do that at your guys' school?
Yeah.
think so.
And they made us eat escargot.
Yeah, because
I
it's
never
like
did that.
they're like, this is such a fancy restaurant, so you have to know like how to properly
Why
use
did
these
they
forks
do
and stuff.
that?
I have no fucking
That
idea.
is
Have you
so
guys ever
weird.
been to a fancy restaurant? Like that you have to use the
No,
different
I'm
forks and stuff?
poor.
Same.
Me and Isaac went to a fancy restaurant when we were in high school, and it was the worst food I've ever eaten.
I went to one recently and they had a valet, but I didn't know that it was a valet. So I was like parking my car waiting for these people to move out the way, and he like came up my door. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But yeah, that was like peak fanciness that I've ever been to, and it was free valet. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
Free?
I do not.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I get so uncomfortable in situations because I'm
Yeah,
like,
too.
Not
I'm
my
like, I don't know how
same.
to act. Like, I feel like I can't enjoy myself because I feel like I'm too worried about what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
It's like another world.
And it's so
Yeah.
fucking quiet all the time in those restaurants.
Oh
like,
yeah.
No one's
No
having
one's
fun.
saying anything.
No one's
No one's having
enjoying
fun.
themselves.
Yeah, I
Can't even
don't-
sneeze.
I don't think I would have
Yeah.
enjoyed a debutante.
I would
ball
fucking
when
hate
I was
that.
a
I honestly think I
teenager.
would love it.
I think I would
Well,
love the
I think I wanna-
dress
yeah.
and like
the dress.
I
Yeah,
think
the
if I
makeup.
was raised in that culture,
Probably.
I would feel different. I feel like if I was a teenage girl raised knowing one day I'm gonna have a debutante ball,
Yeah.
I probably
it's like
would.
a sweet 16 or like a quinceañera, you know, like you
Yeah.
kind of want that. I wish I would have had a quinceañera.
But I feel like we kind of grew up in the age of like I think it's like we grew up in the age of like being a girly girl is like a bad thing.
Yeah,
At least for me, that's what I always
100%.
thought.
I
Like
always
yeah.
felt that too.
being a girly girl is like you're
For sure.
stupid, you're vain, you're a bitch. And I when I was a kid always tried to not
Yeah.
be like
to
a girl.
yeah,
like
to
other,
be-
to
I
not
wanted
be
to
like
be-
other
yes,
girls.
not be like
Skate
other
so
girls.
Right. And I feel like that's kind of a product of these movies. I think
Absolutely.
in Aquamarine and She's the Man, it's
Yeah.
like the popular pretty girls, like stupid, bitchy.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
not want to be like her. So I think while they have a good message, it's also like
Still.
Can be
It's a
little
good
down-
message depending
Yeah.
on who's
it's,
taking it.
Yeah.
But I still do like the fact that it brings up that you can have those conversations with, like teenage people teenage girls and boys need to have those conversations, like about feelings instead of just like that ass or whatever,
Yeah.
I wish, because oh my gosh, like when I was a teenager, everything I wanted was male validation. And
Yes.
it was not about
Mhm.
feelings. It was just about like, it was about feelings, but I was about feeling like I want to feel, pretty and I want to feel this and that, and not like, I don't know why I like this man.
Yeah,
and then it was like the
Yes.
shittiest feeling in the world when you didn't get that validation.
Yes.
Yeah.
When your
Oh,
boyfriend would not
yes.
call you.
Oh my God.
Oh.
All I want when I was a teenage girl, I didn't fuck about anything else. It was like I want a
Boys,
boyfriend.
boys, boys.
Yes.
See, I think because I was questioning my sexuality growing up, I didn't really have, I think, a phase where I was like, I just want a boyfriend, like boys, 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 boys. But I still wanted that like validation from men because I felt like I needed it, but not necessarily in a way that it's like I want them to want me to be their girlfriend. I wanted them to think that I was cool.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
I didn't want to be quote unquote like other girls because I was like, this is seen as a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you grew up thinking like I don't want to be like other girls, but I also want boys to think
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
hot and like
You want to
Yeah.
be the girl that boys want to sleep with, but the girl that
Girls
think
wanna
is
be.
cool.
Yeah.
Girls wanna be.
Yeah.
Whatever that saying is.
I think that's just a hard balance with being a teenage girl. It's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
you have to impress
Everyone.
everyone, and
Your parents and your freaking friends and your boys and
Yeah. I think
Mhm.
the best part for me, like realizing now that I'm older, is that I don't give a fuck if I'm like other girls because other girls are so fucking cool.
Yeah.
That it's like, yeah, obviously we like these things for a reason.
And
I don't want to be fucking compared to a dude.
And it's like so interests can be they're not exclusive. Like it's not like
Yeah.
a Venn diagram. It can literally be meshed together
Yeah.
because like just because you like, I don't know, like freaking baseball or something doesn't mean that you can't like makeup,
Yes,
like
and that's
it's
exactly
just
it.
you can like multiple things.
That's
Yeah.
how I felt too about like, but I'm a cheerleader. It's the same thing as like
Mhm.
thinking that you can only be one of two things because like I was always like, I want to dress up and look pretty, but I don't necessarily want to like quote unquote act pretty or like
Mhm.
act like a girl. I just
Right.
wanted to look pretty and wear pretty dresses and wear makeup and like feel good about myself, but I didn't want to have to like
I think
make myself not who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I
like
think
filter
that's like
myself.
I think that's like for teenage girls, like you are expected to dress yourself up and look pretty.
Yeah.
But you should not act like you feel pretty.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should not act like you feel good about
Don't
yourself.
accept
No
compliments. Don't
confidence.
think that you look
Yeah.
good.
And then they wonder why we have low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And like the expectation of like the beauty standard is constantly changing.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
god.
And so it was just hard to keep up as a young woman, like coming
Yeah.
up in that.
Which freaking Amanda Bynes has a banging body in that
Yeah.
movie.
Yes. I think watching all these 2000s movies is just like it's just like everyone is so skinny.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
everyone is
that's
so
true.
skinny.
I think inclusivity was not it back then.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's while it's been more accepted to have like different body types, I feel like it's also super common for super young girls to be wearing like a lot of makeup. Which isn't
Yeah.
necessarily a bad thing, but I like
It's
especially like the TikTok trend
Yeah.
where it's like showing these kids and like at their age and then kids that are our age now that are
Travis
showing
Barker's daughter, have you seen her?
no.
Travis Barker?
Amanda Barker, his
Yes.
Yeah.
daughter.
Wait,
Yeah.
Alabama?
Alabama.
Yeah.
Her name is Alabama? Wait, is it
No,
really?
her name is Alabama.
Travis Barker, why did you name your daughter
But
Alabama?
she's like 15 years old and she looks like
She looks
she's
like a grown
20.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like a grown woman.
They don't have an
Yeah,
awkward face
they
anymore.
don't.
You,
I
like,
hate
look
them.
at
They're
pictures.
not watching shit like Aquamarine. They're
Yeah.
watching Euphoria.
Oh my god! I didn't even think. Oh my god! Young girls watch Aquamarine.
Yeah, I was thinking about
Please.
that while
Need
watching
it.
Aquamarine. Like, these are like, this is a preteen girl. This is what
Yeah.
I looked like as a preteen girl. But
Yeah.
now it's like,
Yeah.
I think teenage girls and preteen girls are just skipping that phase and
Yeah.
immediately going into
not
It's just
fair.
kind of sad because
Growing
they don't
up too
have a phase
fast.
where they can like
Yeah.
just be innocent
Themselves, yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
Well, because I feel like, too, when I was talking about the friendships that are just, like, so pure and you feel like you have this huge bond, I feel like if I was that age now and, like, everything was how it is now, I don't think that I would have felt that same connection and friendship as a
Yeah.
kid with my friends. I feel like it would be completely different. I feel like it would
Yeah.
be more of a connection that I feel, like, to you guys
Yeah.
instead of being that, like, pure
child friendship.
yeah, child
Mhm.
friendship. And I feel like that's like what I hold so close to me. And like
Yeah.
that's why watching these movies again made me so happy, because I was like, it brings me back. It's so nostalgic and
Yeah.
it's so like just cute and fun and pure.
Just like a
Yeah.
sleepover, you know,
Yeah.
it's late at night, we're all watching a movie.
Yeah. Ugh.
very nostalgic for sure.
Yeah, that's
I
a great
think-
pick though. I love She's the Man.
I think that
That's a
even
good
with
one.
its like incorrectness or whatever, it was still really funny. Like there were
Yeah.
so many parts that I was
Mhm.
just laughing out loud.
Yeah, regardless of like how gender or
Yeah.
sexuality is portrayed, it's still
Yeah.
a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like too it's one of those things that has just shown a lot of growth and like
Yeah.
It's-
it didn't age as well, but
yeah,
it's,
but it also I feel like hasn't aged like
Horribly.
So
yeah,
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't aged like Bring It On.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Love
Bring it
those
freaking
movies.
on.
But I feel like Mayumi, if you want to talk about Mean Girls, that's a movie that has
Yeah.
aged well.
Yes.
And we're also talking about like the whole what it means to be a girl.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So Mean Girls is a classic. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I was actually born on October 3rd, which is Mean Girls Day, and that's
Green.
the biggest flex in my life.
Cultural reset type of movie.
Yeah.
Seriously, changed the freaking world. But
Yeah.
it's basically about this girl that has been homeschooled her whole life in Africa, and then she moves back to the States, and she has to go to a real high school and learn how to be a real teenager without, you know, being in a different country, just learning the ways of high school. So she befriends two different cliques, the weirdos and the it girls, like the mean girls, the plastics. And she has to learn how to navigate that and has to learn that the mean girls can, you know, they can be sweet at times, and that's why they catch you, and that's why you want to be like them,
Mhm.
but they are also assholes sometimes, so you kind of want to destroy them, and then it's a whole thing. So I really like that it shows that, you know what, like girls, or not girls, but people in general, they have their bad sides and they have their
Mhm.
good sides, you know, like
Yeah.
there's not black and white with people. And you just have to like learn how to control those two sides and
Mhm.
balance it out.
Mhm.
But just because someone is pretty and, you know, whatever, doesn't mean that they're super mean. And just because someone
Yeah.
isn't conventionally that and they're not portraying themselves as a plastic, doesn't mean that they can't be mean and they
Yeah.
can't be doing wrong things to people. So
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
think a big part of that too is that it is so easy because, like with Katie, the main girl who moved from Africa,
Lindsay
and-
Lohan.
yeah, Lindsay Lohan, who befriended both of these cliques, she was starting to realize that like just because they're nice to your face, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get caught up in this
Mm-hmm. Yep.
whole backstabbing situation. And I think that it is really easy, especially being a teenage girl, to get caught up in that
Absolutely.
and to
Mhm.
find
Mhm.
yourself becoming that mean girl
that you're
Yeah.
fighting against.
that you're fighting
yeah.
against, because you start off and you're like, yeah, obviously looking from the outside, this is like shitty, and you know that it's mean and you know that it's bad. But once you're in that clique, I feel like it's this, especially because she became this popular girl who fit in and everyone wanted to be her, everyone liked her. And so she got dragged into that.
And she
Yeah.
lost herself.
Yeah, she lost
lost
herself
completely.
exactly. And
I
I think
think
that's so
it-
easy to do.
I think it just kind of shows too, like how much as a teen you're influenced by your friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Mhm.
And again, like seeking male validation. Like
Uh-huh.
she was doing most of
Yeah.
these things because she wanted to
For
be with
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
And then I love that. She was like, I was so surprised when right after breaking up with Regina, he didn't immediately want to be my
Yeah.
boyfriend. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
What were you expecting?
Yeah.
girl?
Mean Girls is just a classic.
It's a
though.
classic.
Like
Iconic
watching
movie.
this movie,
I
just
loved
like
rewatching
how
it.
many classic lines are in
Yeah.
this
So
movie.
quotable.
Oh my gosh, you know
So
what line
quotable.
I didn't really get when I was younger, but in today's world, I was like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
Which
What?
one?
When they were in the bathroom and the girl was like, Damien was in there and the girl was like, this is a girl's bathroom. And he's like, oh my god, Danny DeVito!
I thought the exact same thing.
I
That's fucking funny.
I didn't hear that line until this last time when I watched it.
I remember hearing it
love
back in the day
that.
and I genuinely thought that she was like famous in the high school. I was like, okay.
Christina's like, who the fuck is Danny DeVito?
Literally.
Yeah, but it's just like I feel like Mean Girls got like there was a surge of popularity, like at least when me and Christine and Katie were in
Yeah.
like 8th grade, and I remember
Mhm.
it was like
So
that was like 2012, 2013.
So like 8 years
Yeah,
after it
something
came
like
out.
that.
Yeah,
That's
it was just like
crazy.
very, very popular at that time, and everyone was quoting like "You go, Glen
Glen
Coco."
Coco.
Yeah,
It made me hate the movie for a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
think it's one of those films that's so like popular and had that thing where everyone was talking about it. Because it's kind of like, I feel like The Office. I feel like it's really
Yeah.
annoying when people are like, The Office, The Office, The Office. It's like, I don't think that it's bad. I just think that it's so overly
Overdone.
talked about
yeah.
that I'm
But
like
I
sick of
love
it. But
it.
like
Agreed.
when I
It's such a
rewatch
great
it,
movie.
it's so good.
Yeah.
I was
The
like,
Office
it's
was a
popular
good-
for a reason.
For a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Amanda
Seyfried.
How do you pronounce her last
I think it's
name?
Seyfried, but I could be
Oh,
wrong.
I think it's
love
Seinfeld.
her.
Seyfried.
I do too.
I
Seyfried.
also
Seyfried.
realized watching it this time that she has like no lines in
No.
this movie.
Yeah.
I'm
but
a
I
mouse.
love
I
that.
could put my fist in my mouth.
When she does the backwards K on her
She's so
shirt.
cute.
When
My
she wants
boobs
to
tell
make out
me
with
when
her
it's gonna
cousin.
rain.
That was
yeah.
sick. I didn't catch that when I was younger, but now I'm like,
No,
that's
we're
sick.
And she's like,
cousins.
and there's your first cousins and then your cousins.
Yeah,
No.
she does a really good job.
Yeah.
The
in
dumb
this
blonde,
movie.
yeah.
Oh my god, Rachel McAdams.
Oh.
It was the same year
love
she did The
her.
Notebook. The
Really?
same year that
That's
she did The Notebook, she did
wild.
Mean Girls. She's
That's
such
crazy.
a talented
The
actress.
Yeah.
So
She's
talented.
very
She
talented.
is so good at playing a mean girl.
Yes.
It's she's like a
fucking
scary
love-
girl.
She's
like,
scary.
Scary.
When she was
Yeah.
screaming in her Juicy Couture set.
Yeah.
Iconic.
This. She's a fugly slut.
That's
I
an
feel
iconic
like
line.
Mean Girls just also like portrays perfectly like what a mean girl is. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
100%.
So nice to your face. and-
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
I-
like
Yeah, go ahead.
when Regina like will compliment people, but and then tell like they'll
That's
leave.
That's
Then
the
she'll be like,
ugliest
"That's
yeah.
the
skirt I've
ugliest
ever
skirt
seen."
I've ever seen." I'm like,
Yeah.
that is a perfect portrayal of like a modern day fucking.
And
Yes.
it's so
Yeah.
unnecessary. Like, you don't even have
Yeah,
to
because
say
it's
anything.
like, why are
Yeah.
you doing that?
I
Yeah.
hate when movies, especially teenage movies, they portray the mean girl, like the evil girl, like she's like a super villain.
like Aquamarine.
Yeah, where it's
yeah.
like girls, like real girls don't do that. Like
Real-
you're not gonna find a high school girl that is gonna go out of her way, freaking like I don't know, like slash your tires or something. Like
Real
they're not
mean
gonna do
girls are cunning. They
Conniving little bitches.
They are
Yeah.
just assholes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that it does a really, really good job portraying like what a mean girl is. And I think it's one of those things too that growing up as a teenage girl, I feel like it's very like that feeling
Yes,
of,
you know.
of having this group of friends that you don't know if they're actually your friends because they're just fucking mean.
And let's be honest, like full honesty here, like I was mean in high school. I was such a bitch sometimes, and I think a lot of it was because I was just so insecure about
Yeah.
everything in my life that I needed to make people feel that way so
Yeah.
I could feel better about myself. But
You
it
were
didn't
a
make me
mean
feel
girl?
for a while.
I feel like,
God,
I
could
feel
not
like though it
imagine
might
that.
be. I feel like you probably weren't as mean as you thought you were, but
Maybe,
I think
yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
it's really easy to get caught up in that. Like,
Exactly. It wasn't like
Yeah.
I wasn't Regina George. I was more like
Yeah.
Gretchen Wieners, you know. I
yeah,
was the
so
follower.
you were
Yeah.
in that mean group, but you weren't necessarily the
I
leader.
think
of
Yeah.
I also was like that. Like, I wasn't a popular girl, but I hung out with a few popular people.
Yeah.
Where like I was very influenced by their
Yes.
judgments for
Yeah.
other people. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say names, but
Yeah, and I
But I hate a
I
Callista.
agree. I think that it's like I just like was perpetuating like what I thought I should be. So I
Yeah.
was like probably being mean to other people
Yeah.
when I shouldn't have been, and like probably being mean to my friends too.
Mhm.
when
Yeah.
I
didn't
probably
need
talked
to.
behind my friend's back.
Yeah,
like,
I think I was
Yeah.
very judgmental,
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially of the girls
it's hard
who
not to be.
knew themselves and were more girly, and they like they loved that about themselves, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, these girly girls, blah blah.
Right.
Because I thought that that's what wasn't cool.
Exactly. You do it out of insecurity. Like,
Yeah.
because you're not pleased with yourself. And again, it's like, I love that the movie portrays that everyone, regardless of who they are, of how they dress, of what clique they're in, they can all be insecure. They can all be like mean to each other. And you know, that's just part of navigating teenage life.
Yeah. Well, I think the whole like clique thing is so interesting too, because I feel like the way that it's portrayed is very, I don't know, I feel like that was like a huge thing in high school. I feel like there was so many cliques. Yeah, and I feel like if there was people who were like going around to different like cliques and stuff, it was like a huge deal.
That wasn't really much in my high school. It was a
No,
very
it was
small
more,
high
I'm saying
school.
more junior high, I feel like. I feel like in high school it didn't matter as much, but I feel like when I was in junior high, I feel like there was like always drama going on
Oh, yeah.
between the cliques, and it was like, oh my god.
Yeah. I don't feel like it was really cliquey for me, but I think that's because I was friends with a different range of people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like I definitely know like there were like the goth kids,
Yeah.
the band kids,
Yeah.
the cheerleaders
Yeah.
or whatever. I definitely felt that, but it
It didn't
To
feel
me,
like separate cliques.
to me it felt like people were just hanging out with people within their interests.
Which is like
Right.
normal. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what you do. We were clicking at work, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, I think it's just like cliques. So yeah, like people you're friends with,
just-
people
Yeah.
who have the same interests.
yeah.
And also there's like a discussion right now. I saw a TikTok about you know, like kids shouldn't be mean to other kids, which is true. They shouldn't. But also like if I am not like attracted as a friend to other people, like I'm not gonna go out of my way to try to befriend them when I
Yes.
I don't have the same. I have nothing in common with them. I don't like them.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's-
very picky about my friends.
Yeah, and I think
for
it's more
sure.
so just teaching them how, because like working with elementary kids,
Mhm.
like I feel like it's really important to teach them to be kind to each other, but that
Exactly.
they don't necessarily have to, like they can say no. If
Yeah.
they don't want to play with someone, they can say no, and I think that that's something that isn't taught enough.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they feel like they have to put themselves in these situations where it's like, oh, I have to be around this person that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay
If you don't like them,
yeah, not everyone's gonna get along with everyone, and that's totally fine. And I think
But you still need to be respectful
Yeah.
and nice, and you
Yeah.
know, obviously not torture them for
Yeah.
the rest of their lives. So,
Right.
but yeah, I think that also the acting is so grounded. Like for example, like the difference between She's the Man and Mean Girls.
Yeah.
the acting is so
Yeah.
different. Like
Oh, for sure.
like that. I think that's what makes it as such a good movie is that you can relate to it because it's so grounded. Like no
Yeah.
one is doing over the top things. Like yes, it's a movie, so it's still kind of dramatic, but you know, you can see people in your life that you know that
Yeah.
could potentially do stuff like that.
well, and I think that's partially because we were kind of talking earlier about like what age we were watching these movies like in order, and I think that that's what kind of separates She's the Man and Mean Girls from like the age that you watched it, because I feel like
Yeah,
She's the Man is definitely one that I watched younger,
I was like
and
probably
then
like
Well, you know
12.
what's
Mean Girls
funny?
is one that I enjoy.
Mean
more
Girls
when I
came
was
out
older.
before She's a Man.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Really?
In 2004.
Yeah, that is so
Mhm.
And then
fucking
She's a Man
wild.
came out in 2006.
Yeah.
Wait, I wonder when Aquamarine came out. Then let me see.
2006, I think.
That's
The same
so
year She's the
interesting.
Man?
I think so. Isn't
No
that
way.
crazy?
Well,
Yeah.
then that means that The Notebook came out around that time too.
Yeah, it was 2004. And it's so crazy because
Damn.
Rachel
That's
McAdams
crazy.
was in her late 20s, I think, when she did
That's wild.
both movies.
She's
Wow.
aging very nicely.
She's
Yeah.
freaking gorgeous, yeah.
She has another one of those faces.
Yeah.
It just looks the same.
What's that movie she's in with Jake Gyllenhaal? Something Paw.
Southpaw.
Southpaw.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
Made me cry.
I need to watch that.
I won't spoil it, but
Is it like
she's
a
in it.
romance movie?
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't consider it actually.
Okay.
He's just like a MMA fighter,
Oh.
so it's about his story
Yeah.
mostly.
I was gonna mention that I saw a YouTube video. This channel called The Take. They do like they dissect movies and stuff like that, and they talked about the reason why Regina is so angry and why she's like mean, and it makes so much sense because her family life sucks. Like her mom is crazy, and her dad doesn't seem like is
His present.
he doesn't seem like it's there.
Mhm.
And she has everything like material that she would want, so she's so empty. There's literally she's just angry. Like it's not even that she's like sad or insecure. It's just like she's angry. She's bored.
filling a void with
Yeah.
all of the high school stuff.
I feel like it's
Exactly.
that typical like rich girl
Yeah.
feeling where it's like people from the outside are like,
I
oh
wish I
well,
was
she
that,
has
yeah.
money, so she has everything. She puts on this perfect persona,
Mm-hmm.
but then like she is not feeling that like love at
Yeah.
home and from her
Yeah.
parents. She doesn't necessarily
Mhm.
feel all of that.
Mhm.
So I think that kind of makes sense with like the
Yeah.
very typical like she's kind of doing her own thing.
Yeah, because you look at the difference between Katie's mom and then Regina's
Yeah.
mom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to be Katie and grow up in Africa.
Africa.
Oh my gosh.
The
It's pretty
animals,
cool.
yeah.
Her and the elephant. That little kid actually looks like you, Callista. If you think, yeah, look at the little picture of her and the elephant. It's like this little red hair girl. It's so cute. But I also, like, not to excuse, of course, like doing like mean things to people, it's so bad. But
She's misunderstood.
But yeah, like think about it. Like every
Yeah.
teenage girl is misunderstood. Every teenage girl
Yeah.
goes through shit, and some
Yeah.
people just express it in a different way. Some people have the privilege of having parents that actually care about you,
Mhm.
and some people have the privilege of having money to fill those voids. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
different for
On
everyone.
both sides, it's hard to
Mhm.
navigate teenage life anyways, I feel like. Because there are all of these like perceptions of what you're supposed to be
Mhm.
and
Yes.
like how you're supposed to act, the things you're supposed to like all of that bullshit already.
Yeah.
So I think that like regardless of whether or not you have that support, it's hard. But that can definitely like impact the way that someone reacts to certain
Yeah.
things.
Everyone has their villain era.
Yeah.
And I think when
yes.
For the most part, when you're a mean teenager, you're being mean because you're doing the things that you think you're supposed
You're
to do.
reflecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not You're not.
It's not
I
just
think-
be malicious.
I think most teenagers aren't being mean because they're genuinely mean. It's
Yeah.
just like, well, society tells me
Yeah.
I should be. This kind of person is not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I should
Yeah.
be mean.
I don't want to be a loser, so I'd rather be a mean than a
Yes.
loser. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well-
also imagine just like so much pressure of just like constantly having to look good and
Yeah.
like everyone thinking, oh, you're so pretty, this and that, and like you
Yeah.
can't gain weight and like
Yeah.
Well, and then
always-
they're like, we only wear our hair up in a ponytail once a week.
all the
Like,
rules.
what the fuck? Like, all of these rules. Like, you can't join mathletes, it's social suicide.
Yeah.
Like, all of this stuff. And I think that was a something that we should touch on, too, is that, like, it's not necessarily being the leader and being mean, but going along with the people that are mean and not, like,
doing anything.
doing anything about it is still mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even if
Mhm.
you're not the one instigating it, it's still mean to like watch your friends bully someone else and not do
Mhm.
anything about
Yeah.
it because you're scared that that's going to be you. Because
Yeah.
if you feel like if you defend these people, then you are going to just become the next target.
Yeah. And there's also the other take of, was Janice also a mean girl? Because she definitely did take advantage of Katie
Yeah.
to
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
retaliate against Regina.
That's a good point.
So it's like, yeah, like it doesn't matter if you think, like it doesn't matter what your excuse is, but if you're doing something wrong, then you're still doing something wrong regardless of what the
Yeah.
reasons
Yeah.
you
That's a
you
good point
have.
because it definitely shows like the plastics is like the typical mean girl
Mhm.
that's like talked about a lot. But like the art kids that they are too, like the quote unquote weirdos,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they're still
Even though they're
Not necess-
resisting against like what
they're
they
doing
think
it
they
in a
should
way
look like.
that's still
They're still perpetuating
mean.
those
Yeah,
exactly.
stereotypes and
Exactly.
those roles. So I feel like Mean Girls is a really good example of just like modern teenager life. Like
Yeah.
it's aged so well.
Honestly,
yeah.
even adult life, like even
Yeah,
adult life
yeah.
in so many ways, like we've all had that coworker that we've absolutely just like could not stand, but we still are like nice with their faces because we're coworkers.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
whatever,
I
and,
was
like-
that way with you, Mayumi. So, just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm glad I wore you down.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
It's just like I think that a lot of people they also there's a confusion of if you're being nice to someone to their face, but you actually don't like them. Are you
Then you're fake.
Or
Yeah.
are you just polite?
Yeah.
You know?
I
Like,
think
what's the
well,
truth?
and I think that comes more into them being like when she would say, "Oh my god, I love your skirt," and then she would be like, "That's the ugliest skirt I've ever seen." I think that is
Exactly.
mean, but being polite to someone's face, like just because you don't like someone or get along with someone doesn't mean you have to be like an asshole to them.
Yeah. Like when at the very beginning, she was just getting freaking harassed by the kid who was like, is your muffin buttered? Whatever. And Regina was like, is he bothering you? Like that was a nice thing to do, you know? So that's why she got just attached to them, because they had some nice parts in them. They were genuinely nice at some points.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think coming in as a teenager too, like she came from Africa, being homeschooled in Africa, to this public high school in the United States. She didn't have any friends. She saw that all of these people had these groups that they were with together.
yeah.
And the only people that she knew were Janice and Damien. And so I feel like as a teenager too, if I was in that situation, I would be like, okay, well, these other people were nice to me, but like, am I going to fit in if I don't try and be friends with these other people too? Because it's also like, just because someone that you know that you don't even know that well is saying these things about these people, should you just trust that?
Yes.
Or should you...
That is true.
Yeah, because I feel like as a teenager, it's... Well, I feel like even as an adult,
as an adult,
I feel like as people that I'm friends with, I will find myself thinking certain things or feeling a certain way about a person that I've never met just based on the reactions of the people around me.
Yeah.
And so I think that it's so easy to get caught up in that too. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, Katie even came to that realization when before the Halloween party, she was like, Regina's so sweet. I don't know why Janice feels this way.
Yeah.
She's helping me out with Aaron. And then she saw that they kissed.
And then she realized.
That's when she flipped.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's too because, like, she hadn't been exposed to that mean girl in public high school. So it is like, did she just think, was it like an innocent, like, well, maybe I'll just give him a chance? Or was it like I'm scared that you're going to retaliate if I don't follow what you're telling me to do?
Is that a real thing in high schools here? There's like a mean girl clique?
I think there's definitely the popular girl clique, but I think it's not as
it's not as prominent.
It's not as prominent like in Mean Girls. It's like those are the group of girls that are the popular girls, and it's known like the cheerleaders are definitely the popular girls, obviously.
And there's definitely the groups of girls that are mean, but I don't think that they're that like evil
upfront about it, at least.
Yeah, it's more so just being like, she's mean, instead of being like, that's a mean girl.
She's like rude.
Not necessarily even that she's just rude. It's more, it's like, I feel like there's not like a group of people you'd be like, those are mean girls. I feel like it would just be like, yeah, she's kind of mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean when I say that? Like the difference between being a mean girl and just being mean.
Yeah.
A mean person.
Just evil.
Because I feel like mean girls are like evil and they're out to hurt people. And I feel like girls that are mean more so do it to try and fit in.
I mean, let's be honest, we can all be a little mean sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation.
The burn book, I could definitely picture like me and my friends creating a burn book in high school.
You guys remember Ask FM?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. I've done some horrible shit in Ask FM. I'm so sorry.
Well, it was like the same thing with like the anonymous like Tumblr messages that you could send to people. I never sent them because I was always super like paranoid that someone was gonna like hack it and somehow find out that I'd sent it. So I was just on the receiving end of the mean.
No, there was this one girl that I remember I really hated that she was so confident about her body. Like she wasn't someone that you could see like, oh, like conventionally the best body ever, but she wore what she wanted and she like dressed however she wanted, and I was so jealous of her because I've always been so self-conscious about it. And I remember that one of my friends, she was like, oh my gosh, was like, let's call her fat and stuff like that, which is like so mean to do.
And she probably still remembers that.
She probably does. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's one of those things too, like how we were saying, it's so easy to like, especially as a teenage girl, bash on other girls who are confident in themselves because you think that that's not how you're supposed to act.
Right.
You're told that you're not supposed to feel that way about yourself.
It's also like you don't really know how to channel those negative emotions.
Yeah.
So when given the opportunity to be mean, it's just easier.
Yeah. Well, and like in the film too, when she compliments Katie on being pretty, and Katie says thank you, and she's
Mhm.
like, so you agree, you think you're really
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
yes.
like, and that's where it came from with like girls not being able to accept compliments, because that automatically meant that you were full of yourself.
You were
Exactly.
vain, yeah.
Even at just saying thankful, they're like, oh, like she thinks that she's this like hot shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it opened up that window for people to insult you.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing you're supposed to look like an attractive teenage girl, but it's a
But
bad
not
thing
feel
to
like
think
it or think that you
that
are.
you're an attractive
Yeah.
teenage girl.
Yeah.
I love when Tina Fey goes like, stop calling each other whores and sluts. It just makes it okay for guys to call you
Yeah.
freaking whores and sluts.
She's iconic. I love
I
that.
love
I love
Tina
her in
Fey.
that
film,
movie. Yeah.
But it's so true. Like, she's totally right. Like, they didn't know how to channel their anger and their just, like, feelings.
Yeah.
And they were attacking each other. And, of course... And that I love that they also portrayed teenage boys, like, freaking just
Idiots.
idiots.
Yes.
And so annoying. And then all the girls, that's what they wanted. They just
Yeah.
wanted a freaking boyfriend. That I was definitely that girl. I was that like I said it before. I was that girl that would do anything for male validation,
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
so dangerous. That's
Yeah.
so dangerous. It makes you do things that you definitely
Oh,
don't want to
yeah.
do, and that you would
Mhm.
never would have done in another
Yeah.
situation.
I was definitely putting myself in situations that I didn't want to even be
Mhm.
in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But because I was receiving validation from a boy, I
Yeah.
was doing it. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
want to be doing it, but...
Yeah.
Well, I think I also missed out on a lot of opportunities to have these like beautiful friendships with girls because I saw them as competition
Yeah.
instead of like just who they were. Because I found myself, I feel like, a lot being like, which is interesting too, because I feel like a lot of the people idolized the plastics,
Mm-hmm.
even though, because they're like, oh, they're so cool, they're so
Regina
pretty, they're
George
so
is
smart.
perfect. I heard she
Yeah.
does commercials in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt like as a teenager, I was more so like, she's so pretty and cool and smart and funny. She's my competition. So I
Yeah.
don't like her.
Yeah.
When in reality, I
Yeah,
want to be
because-
like her.
Yeah, because I was
Her.
comparing myself to her. But also, as I've been saying, growing up a little queer, it was always that question of like, do I want to be around her or do I want her to kiss me on the mouth?
Do I want to be her or be with her?
Yeah. And I think that was hard to distinguish, but also like, I wonder if that was like a trauma thing too, where it's like, I have to separate myself from this person because I'm attracted
Attracted
to
to
them.
them. That's another take. People are saying that Regina's actually queer, and her anger is because she's repressing her sexuality. But like, there's really not much indication in the movie that that's the case.
Interesting.
Yeah,
people,
I-
yeah.
I don't
Some
know. I'd have to
theories.
read more about that because I don't
With her, like,
personally see that.
Janice?
Yeah, with Janice
Oh.
because she was. I
didn't
wish
think
that
about
they
that.
would have sent that. I wish that they would have made her a lesbian. Where are the gays? Well, I guess Damien's
But that's
gay.
another reason. It's like, just because she dressed like that, or like, that's something else too. Is like, I totally understand that feeling of, I don't want to like be too needy with my friend because I don't want my friend
Them
to think that I'm
you're-
gay. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like, But I'm a Cheerleader. That they were always like, well, you're just like really handsy with your friends.
Yeah.
Like you hug us a little too much.
Yeah.
And I think that is a totally valid fear, especially growing up. Feeling that attraction to women is I felt like I was never as touchy with my friends as all of my other friends were. Because I
Yeah,
felt,
that
well,
was-
especially after I came out too, I feel that a lot of people that I was friends with in high school were like weird about it. Because
Which
they're
is-
like, now that I know that you like women, you want to fuck me.
That's so funny because it's not like straight people want to sleep with anyone from the opposite
yeah,
sex.
exactly.
That's so stupid. Oh man.
So,
But that's why it's so powerful and such a
Yeah.
girl boss moment.
girl boss
when-
moment.
When she comes like in the stage at the prom or whatever, the spring fling, and then she breaks the crown, and then
Yeah.
she gives a piece to every single one of the girls
Saying
or
it's
most
not
of
a
the girls.
competition.
It's not a competition. We're all queens. We're all
Yeah.
queens of the spring fling, and that's such a girl boss moment.
Girl boss moment. I love it.
Which leads us to
Speaking of girl boss moments, this week, instead of a top 5, we'll be doing a top 3 because there's so many of us. This week we will be talking about our top 3 favorite girl boss moments.
In film.
So my number 3 favorite girl boss moment. Isaac also asked us to define what a girl boss moment is, but we all kind of collectively decided as a woman, you know what a girl boss
you
moment
feel
is
it.
when you see it.
Yeah.
You just, you had to be there.
You know when you know.
If you're a man and you don't know, we know you don't.
And it's okay.
You wouldn't get it. It's okay.
You
This
don't need
one's
to
for
get
the
it.
ladies.
So my number 3 girl boss moment is basically the entire movie Chicago.
Love Chicago, my favorite movie.
They just get away with murdering. Not every woman gets away with it, but the 2 main girls get away with murdering men.
Girl boss.
They had it coming.
They
had it coming.
That is definitely an iconic movie, an iconic musical that everyone needs to watch.
Please, I'm begging all of you. You would love it, Christina. You need to watch it.
It's kind of like a
Please.
burlesque.
Yeah, you loved
moment.
burlesque.
It's literally a burlesque.
You'd like it.
You guys made me watch like a little, or Isaac at least made us watch a little bit of it once. I feel like.
And you didn't
Mayumi
like it?
karaoke'd it.
I karaoke it every time that we karaoke.
I don't know.
You should watch it. I agree.
I'm
that
not
is
a
a girl boss
musical
moment.
fan.
Me and Calista can do it right now if that can refresh your memory.
But Chicago, iconic girl boss moments.
Fuck yeah.
I agree 100%.
What else you got on that list?
Katie, you tell us your number 3
My number 3?
first.
Okay. Let me look at my list really quick. Okay. My number 3 will be Sydney Prescott in Scream, surviving literally
Yes.
every single movie.
Classic.
Being like iconic final girl.
The
Can't
final
be attached.
girl.
The final girl. They're gonna keep making Scream movies and she's never gonna die.
Girl
and
boss
that's
shit.
girl boss shit.
Yeah, I
She's
didn't-
never gonna die.
I didn't
No.
see the new one. She didn't die
I
in the
haven't,
new one.
I haven't seen it yet.
She didn't even
She, it's so good. You guys should watch it.
I love Scream.
I do too. So yeah, that's my number 3 girl boss.
Girl boss.
Moment.
Drew Barrymore's a girl boss, even though she
Oh,
does
yeah.
die.
Yeah, girl boss for sure. Iconic first girl.
I was Drew Barrymore for Halloween this year.
Oh yeah, you were from Scream. You were.
Okay. My number 3 is from A Quiet Place. Emily Blunt's character giving birth.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
in
yeah.
the middle. It was.
I have 5 because I knew
Me
someone
too.
was, but that one was on my list.
Yeah.
Imagine just not being able to say a peep and you're giving birth
I did not even
with a
think
nail
about that.
up your
Her-
foot.
Her the whole movie.
Just
the
everything.
second movie too. I'm like
Also
girl
a second
boss.
movie.
Yeah.
Girl
Girl
freaking
boss.
boss.
Yes.
Just giving birth in general is a
I-
girl boss
Yeah,
thing.
sure. I'm a
Girl
stan.
boss thing.
I'm an Emily Blunt stan.
Love
she
her.
is
Mhm.
amazing. She's a badass.
Wow,
Yes.
that was a great one.
I feel it. I saw that and I was like, I want to be like her. Hopefully not in that same situation, but
Dude, no, that movie made me like, I would get so annoyed with those fucking kids. I was like, just shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
we're kids.
I don't care! They know better. They're old enough to know.
My number 3 girl boss moment is from the new Batman, Selena Kyle. The bitch just wanted to get revenge for her friend, and I was all about it because I'm the type of person that holds a grudge. So I felt that. When that bitch Batman was telling her, "No, don't do it," fuck up, Batman. That was one of my fave girl boss moments.
Love it.
That's
And she
okay,
was
Zoe
hot
Kravitz.
as hell
Yeah.
doing it.
Oh my god, so hot.
Revenge it looks sexy on a woman.
Oh yeah.
Especially with Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, yeah.
You guys should be, you and Seth should be
I
Batman.
know. I really
for
want
Selena.
to.
Speaking of girl revenge, my number 2 is girl boss moment is Death Proof. Have any
Oh
of
my
you
god,
seen it?
I
that's
haven't
a
seen
good
it.
one.
At the end, so basically they're just being chased this entire time by this fucking crazy ass man. He's harassing them, and at the end, they it's like a group of 3 girls, maybe 4, I think, and they end up catching up with him,
Oh my
and they
God.
just beat the shit out of him.
I love that.
That
I'm
is
adding
a
it
good
to
movie. That's
I'm
a whole
adding it to
movie.
my watch
Girl
list right
boss
now.
I will
moment.
watch it for sure too.
Oh, it's already in my
Oh
watch
my
list.
god. Isn't there hella feet? I remember feet.
Yeah.
Well, it's Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah,
Of
I
course.
know, but I remember specifically that one with a lot of feet.
Yeah.
But-
Damn.
Yeah. Girl boss. When
Girl
she was
boss.
on the hood of the car.
Yes. Yes.
My number 2 is Florence Pugh in Midsummer,
I knew this one was coming.
putting her boyfriend in a bear suit and burning him alive.
That was also on my list.
Oh my god.
Girl boss moment.
Enough said.
Such a girl boss moment. And smiling. And
Well,
smiling.
yes, and I think the best part of that is the growth throughout the movie, because throughout the whole thing, she was just like letting him walk all over her.
He
and,
was
like,
such
treat
a
her like
dick.
shit.
Oh
Yes.
my
And then
god.
at the end, I was like, oh, is she gonna
It was
let him get away with it?
satisfying.
Yeah, watching him be burned to death.
And her
love
having
it.
to, like, not even like, oh, it just happened. Like, she made that decision.
Yeah.
She chose
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't even
Girl
like
boss.
it wasn't even like I'm just gonna let this happen. She's like, no, put him in the suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was my number 2.
Another one of my Halloween costumes.
Oh yeah, that was a great costume.
All right. So, my number 2 is, it's pretty much like the whole Harry Potter series, but Hermione Granger is the ultimate girl boss. Like, come on. Those two, Harry and Ron, would have not been able to do absolutely anything without her.
No.
But specifically, when she punched Malfoy
Yes.
in
Fuck
Prisoner
yeah.
of Azkaban.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, girl boss moment.
Girl boss moment.
Girl
Girl
boss.
boss.
Like,
Love
she was such a bad, especially for someone that was so, like, such a bookworm and, you know, like, no, it's okay, no violence, don't fight. Like, and she just smacked that shit out of him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's gotta be done
Love
sometimes.
that.
It's gotta be done.
Man needs to be slapped sometimes. That's absolutely true.
My number 2 girl boss moment is, I don't know if you guys seen John Wick Chapter 3. I don't remember the actual character name, but Halle Berry played.
I love Halle Berry.
She was a co-star with. No, she wasn't a co-star, but there was a scene where her and John Wick were, like, it was a fight scene. Not them against each other; they were against other people. But she had these 2 Malinois dogs, and someone shot her fucking dog. So that's all I gotta say. And she was just such a cool fucking fighting scene. Like, the choreography for that movie was so good. So that's fine.
I love Halle Berry.
Me too. She's
She is-
stunning.
She's a badass woman.
She's a badass.
Uh-huh.
Did you guys know that the year that she won her Oscar for, was it Monsters Ball? I don't know. She won an Oscar, and then she also won a Razzie. The one that is like the
Really?
worst
Whoa.
actor. And she actually went and received it and was like, I'm going to put that next to my Oscar. I was
That
like,
is
hell
a
yeah.
fucking
That's
girl
a girl
boss
boss-
moment.
that's a girl
That's
boss
a girl
moment.
boss move.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Speaking of girl bosses who won, what is Razzies?
Yeah.
For the worst you do bad job.
Mhm.
Shelley Duvall in The Shining, she won one for being
What?
a worst
Really?
actress, which I think is total bullshit. She does amazing in The Shining.
She for The Shining, she got that.
Yes.
What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my
God.
And
That's insane.
everyone was so mean to her, and they said she was so ugly.
That's so fucked up too.
Screw
Because she
that.
was already so abused on that set.
I
Was she?
know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
The director
horrible.
was making them like constantly do the same things over and over and over again or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, she was treated very.
She was very beautiful to me.
Me.
See, that's the
too.
problem. There's not one way to be beautiful. There's so many different ways.
Oh God.
My number 1 girl boss moment is Danny from Midsummer. Choosing to put her piece of shit fucking boyfriend
Fuck yeah.
into a bear suit and light him on fire.
Absolutely.
Yes, she was indoctrinated into a cult. Not the best thing, no.
It's kind of fun though. I feel like if I was in that situation, I would be too.
Okay, but I think that if anything, she was happier than she had ever been.
I mean,
Yeah.
her
There.
whole family was dead. Who does she have left?
yeah, like what was she gonna do? Be with her shitty boyfriend for the rest of her life? Like, no.
Yeah.
She can kiss Piley now.
Yep. So that's my number 1 girl boss moment. Danny smiling at the end of Midsummer as her piece of shit boyfriend gets burned to death.
God, what an iconic shot.
It was so iconic. I
So
saw
good.
it was so cathartic just like watching that and like, oh
oh
my god.
Yeah.
God, it's so good. Okay, my number 1. Carrie.
Yes.
When she fucking kills everyone in the
Yes.
girl boss. God, that is fucking girl boss.
Just so
because
everyone knows, we're not like pro murder.
We're pro girl boss.
That is girl boss moment.
This is
Yes.
yeah,
Good
that's
one.
a 100% girl boss moment.
Feel
Because she
so
was
bad for
just so
Carrie.
timid the whole movie.
Abused. Literally
Yeah,
abused.
horribly
When-
abused.
When she's getting the tampons thrown at
Oh
her.
my God.
And her stupid ass mom.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, that was another girl boss moment, her taking on her mom. So it's just watching her finally be like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watch my fucking powers.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic.
Girl boss.
That's my number one.
I don't know if you would like it, but there is a Carrie the Musical. And
Oh
it's not, it's
Holy
actually
shit.
not bad.
I have to watch it. I would love that.
It's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not
I
bad.
mean, it's a Carrie musical, so.
Yeah.
Did
It
you
can't be too
guys
bad.
watch the new one with Chloe Grace Moretz?
Yeah.
I think that's
I
the
haven't.
only one that I have seen.
You haven't seen the original?
I don't think so.
Need to watch the
Oh, you
original.
should watch it. It's really good.
I love those kind of movies. They're especially with the girl boss moments. Like
Yeah,
that.
with the girl boss moment like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, what's your number one, Mayo?
My number one is Elle Woods winning
Yes!
her case. Elle freaking Woods. Everyone doubted her because she was blonde and she liked pink. See, that's something else. Like, you can be multiple things. You can like pink
Yeah.
and be a lawyer.
Her in that whole movie's girl boss.
Every single that movie's also something that I was gonna pick, but it was not necessarily coming of age. But I love that movie.
It fits well for the
But-
girl boss moment.
Yep, her using her girly skills to win a
Mhm.
murder case. Come on, that's such a girl boss thing to do,
Yeah.
and she did it. And the freaking Victor Garber's character, Professor Callahan, he doubted her, but she did it.
Well, even her just like working to get into Harvard, and then after she did, still being herself, going there, even though
Yes.
people were like making fun of her and thinking
Mhm.
less of her
Mhm.
because of the way that she dressed and acted.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
she didn't change. That's fucking girl boss as shit.
And after the one professor was really gross to her,
Mhm.
yeah.
she's still girl bossed.
yeah, she's still girl
She's still
boss.
girl bossed.
And with what she knew and like the things that she was good at, and she had, she had great friends. I love that movie. It's also
Yeah.
like a good, like, your friends are gonna support you, and
Your friends will get your dog back for you.
Yes. Taking the dog.
Oh, I love
Dumbass.
What's her name?
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes, I love her in that movie.
She's so good. But yeah.
Obsessed.
Elle Woods.
All right, closing number
Christina.
one girl boss moment.
I might get some hate from the film bros for this one.
Let's hear it.
My number one girl boss moment was, it's not as dramatic as the bear suit, but mine is Harleen Quinzel in Birds of Prey, when that bitch jumped on that fucker's knees when he called her a dumb slut.
Oh, yeah.
That is a girl
And he
boss.
said,
Yeah.
"Get down," and she was like, "Okay." Yeah, that was iconic. So.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Freaking
and
crazy.
Film bros
Harley
hated
Quinn.
Birds of Prey.
Film bros can eat
Why?
I
They
she
hate
wasn't sexy
everything.
enough.
because they hate women.
Oh my gosh. So a superhero
She-
has to be,
yeah.
or a supervillain has to be sexy and like know how to fight and freaking
Exactly.
strong as hell. Come on.
Come
We can't all be
on.
Catwoman.
It's like, sorry.
Girl boss.
Those are
Girl
some-
bosses.
Those are some good girl boss moments.
Mhm.
Some honorable mentions. Does anyone have anything?
I think my honorable mention for just coming of age movies is Lady Bird. I didn't watch
yeah,
that
was almost
one
on my list too.
growing up, but that's definitely an amazing coming of age movie.
I love Lady Bird.
Yeah, I mean, a
Love
couple I
Lady
had,
Bird.
I was thinking maybe the Heathers too, but I feel like that's a little less like coming of age and more so just like this is happening in high school.
But it's also very girl bossy.
Yeah,
It's a
that
girl
was almost
boss
one of my
moment.
girl boss moments too.
Mhm.
Is
Her-
the very end of her watching
JD
blow himself
explode,
up and
yeah.
then it lighting her cigarette.
Yeah.
That's some girl boss shit.
Yeah, I like Heather's. I like how do you pronounce her name? Winona
Winona.
Ryder. I like her.
Yeah, Winona's
cool.
always on her queen shit.
I definitely love the movie Clueless. I also think that's such a great movie.
Yes. Clueless is a great coming of age
It is.
movie.
That one is my honorable mention. But for girl boss moments, I know that Christina mentioned this in her group chat, but Katniss eating the berries
Yeah.
is a girl boss moment.
Honestly, she has a lot of girl boss moments.
Yeah, Katniss is.
She is a girl boss.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence is a girl
When she
boss too.
volunteered, iconic.
Yeah. What do you
Girl
guys? Do you think you guys would have for your
Yeah, for my sister, I would have.
for your sister? You would have.
Yeah.
I have too many sisters. I don't think I would
But I
have.
probably would have not tried.
I
Just die.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
What about for
I-
Millie?
Oh yeah. She would die immediately.
I
So
I
would
don't
you.
know. I
That's
just
true.
feel like the only sibling I have is my little brother, and we fucking fought constantly when we were growing up.
Yeah.
So I would have been like, let that bitch go. And
That's
What about for
true. I guess
Isaac?
when you think of it, because
No,
they're
Isaac,
both
I would
kids,
die.
that's
Isaac
fine.
might survive, but I would die.
I think my survival like tactic would be like make someone fall in love with me and protect me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think at the very end of that, would they protect you? Like once it got down to the two of you?
Yeah, because they would be so in love with you, they wouldn't
this
kill
gorilla
you.
grip.
Yeah. Kristen Nussey.
That's how you get your sponsors too.
Just OnlyFans in the Hunger Games.
Oh God.
No one has thought of that? That would have been a good idea. Just show some tits.
Well, I mean, I feel like the Hunger Games isn't really something that goes on.
In real life?
Are you
Not-
sure about that?
Wait, what are
Well,
you talking about?
You know what? Never mind.
Okay. My honorable mention for coming of age would be Princess Diaries.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Princess
I
Diaries.
wanted to pick Princess Diaries so
Princess
bad.
Diaries is a great one. Yes.
So
I
good.
love the first and the second
And
one.
the second one.
Yeah.
When she was like ordered to marry someone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she ended up doing it, did she? Or no,
they were just
she-
together. They were
Yeah.
just dating, but no marriage.
Girl boss moments. Obviously burlesque. Allie, so aka Christina Aguilera, when the music got cut off by her hater Nikki, and she just started singing live.
She's just go like,
Yeah.
what she does.
Oh my god, that scene is so good though.
And then Cher was just like this.
Cher is stunning in
Yeah.
that movie.
Dude, Cher is a fucking girl boss
I can't believe
icon.
how old is that woman?
I don't know.
She's old.
Yeah, she looks
Yeah.
good for
Dude,
her age.
I love watching old Cher interviews of her just
She
being
was
iconic.
the hottest at that time. Like, oh my gosh, so freaking pretty. And
Love her.
yeah, and now I really like her singing voice too. It's very different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Her fucking cheekbones. Oh my god.
Sizzled.
All right. Well, I think that's the episode, everyone.
So
Thanks so much for listening. Once again, I'm Callista. If you really want to follow me on Twitter, I sometimes tweet. My @ is CALIS_TA if you would like to follow me there.
and I'm Katie. If you want to follow me, my letterboxd is the letters KT and then George, and my Instagram is CrustyKate K8. I think that's everything.
And I'm Mayumi, and you can follow me on Instagram at MHANDAT. And you can follow me on TikTok at, hold up. What did I say? I'm gonna forget.
Not the TikTok plug.
Come on.
Come on. If there's anywhere that we could potentially be famous, it's gonna be on TikTok. But it's Mayu
God.
Honda, so.
All right.
Nice. Last but not least, I am Christina, and my Twitter handle is ChrisXTina with 2 A's, spelled with a K also. And my Instagram is Christina Say What. Follow me.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening. You can follow the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd at Monolith Pod. Please consider signing up for our Patreon account to support the show and unlock the pre-show we did on today's episode.
Which is really funny.
You might see a little something.
If
Maybe
you
some tips.
if you don't hate women,
If you don't hate women, you'll sign up for the Patreon.
If you don't sign up for the Patreon, you
hate women.
Link is in the description for that. The music is by Cassette Drift. You can find this podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, and please leave a positive review. Thanks for listening, and as always, girl boss and light your piece of shit boyfriend on fire.
Yeah. If you guys want us next week, let us know.
let us know.
We'll be back.
We'll take over again. Happy
We will be
International
back.
Women's Month.
Shout out to women.
Shout out women.